Sebagai enterprise menjual barang seperti tayar, spare parts, dan motorcycle accessory. Dia found out 8 out of 10 dia punya rakan juga menggunakan Shopee untuk menjual produk mereka. So dia juga nak give a try lah. Untuk job dalam Shopee hanya memerlukan beberapa klik sahaja. Memang mudah, hanya memerlukan basic dalam IT lah. Salah satu taktik yang kami menggunakan adalah RM5 off voucher yang disumbangkan oleh penjana dan Shopee. Kami dapat menarik customer yang lebih banyak. Walaupun dalam masa singkat, jualan kami dapat meningkat sebanyak 20% dalam 3 minggu dengan menggunakan Shopee.
Ramai pelanggan datang ke kedai kita sebab UM menjual barang-barang keperluan seperti barang-barang dapur, barang kecantikan dan barang-barang permainan. Sekarang ramai pelanggan mendapati susah nak keluar ke shopping center seperti Store. Sekarang kita dah masuk sama-sama lokal dengan Maybank. Dia amat senang masuk sama-sama lokal, hanya buat dengan handphone saja. Sama-sama lokal dapat naikkan sales Store. Kita dapat sales dari kawasan 10 km ke atas seperti PJ. Saya mensyorkan masuk dalam sama-sama lokal untuk tingkatkan perniagaan.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera and a very good day to everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with immense pride and pleasure that I welcome you to the Go-eCommerce Expo 2021. What we have for you is a 4-day series of virtual conferences to fully support and assist you with the onboarding journey towards e-commerce, and I can't wait for you to experience it. This event is also in line with the Belanjawan 2021 e-commerce initiative that was launched in July 2021, which aims to provide support to Malaysian micro and SMEs to onboard onto e-commerce and e-payment platforms to enhance their sales capability in e-commerce and help boost their sales. MDEC is committed to its resolve to equip and enable Malaysian businesses to navigate and thrive through these business unusual times. With strong support from the government, we aim to further catalyze the growth of e-commerce in Malaysia in line with the goals of the Malaysia Digital Economy Blueprint and our vision at MDEC to enable a progressive digital nation, advance an inclusive digital economy, and digital sovereignty. With that, I thank you all for being here, and I look forward to the enlightenment and insights that you will find in the coming week. With that, I thank you and stay safe.
Hi everyone, hope you guys had a great lunch. Welcome back to Go-eCommerce Expo 2021, organized by Ministry of Communications and Multimedia Malaysia and Malaysia Digital Economy Corporation, MDEC. Go-eCommerce Expo is a 4-day online event that is aimed to encourage local businesses to adopt e-commerce by leveraging on the Belanjawan 2021 e-commerce initiative with the assistance from participating partners. Once again, as a reminder to all our viewers, if you are encouraged to ask questions throughout the webinar, as we'll be having a Q&A session at the end of each session. For our audience at the webinar platform or YouTube, you may ask your questions in the chat section, while for those viewers who are watching via Facebook Live, you may type your questions in the comment section. Earlier before lunch, we had Ms. Atika Sikun sharing to us on how to start your e-commerce business with Shopee. And right now, we'll move on to our 4th session for today. Please help me to welcome Mr. Jason Chua, Business Sales Manager from Sitegiant, who will be sharing about seller journey from zero to hero. Hi Jason, how are you?
Hi guys, hi Kevin, doing great
Have you
here.
taken a lunch?
Yeah. Right.
Great, thank you
actually
so much
right.
for joining
Yes,
us. And of course, Jason has been involved in the Malaysian e-commerce space for over 10 years. Now today, he is with Sitegiant, leveraging on technology to help Malaysian online sellers operate effectively on e-commerce platforms. Sitegiant has been rapidly growing with over 7,500 active sellers and achieved more than 1.5 billion ringgit in GMV. So we'll speak to Jason again during our Q&A session later. So do remember, type in your questions. Ladies and gentlemen, Sitegiant has prepared us an exclusive presentation only for our Go-eCommerce Expo viewers. So let us now begin our webinar with a special presentation from Sitegiant.
Hi everyone, this is Jason here from Sitegiant. Today is the day for you to start your online business. Today is the day for you to improve your business to the next level. If you are new or existing business owner, you got to pay attention until the end because I'm going to share with you how Sitegiant help your business, entrepreneurial success stories, and Belanjawan 2021 special offer. Now, let's take a look on how Sitegiant can help you.
If you see from the slide, we are providing you a tons of function. It's like a buffet. So many functions for you to use. You can build web store, sync to marketplace, do Facebook Live, fulfillment solutions, and more. Today, if you just want to build your own product branding, you can use Sitegiant to build a web store with your own domain name. Yet, we have variety of ready-made templates for you to choose. Best of all, you are not required to learn any coding to build your web. Or maybe you would like to do a personal selling on Facebook Live, then you can use Sitegiant Facebook Live and Web Store solution, whereby you can easily allow your viewer to place order and make purchase of your products, such as writing keywords A1 plus 3 to indicate to buy an item with 3 quantity. If you are someone that heavily focus on marketplaces like Droppy and Lazada, you can use Sitegiant to achieve automated stock control to prevent from overselling. Example, you sold 1 quantity of pen on Shopee. Your Lazada quantity of the pen will be deducted by 1 as well. Yet, you can even have multi-store of Shopee and Lazada, such as owning 2 or 3 Shopee stores at the same time. Or perhaps, if you would like to have everything, web store, Facebook Live, and marketplace sync, then not a problem. You can fully utilize on Sitegiant system to push yourself to the limit. The more, the better. At certain point, when you have high orders volume, you need high-tech fulfillment system for you to pick, sort, and pack your parcel effectively. From here, you can just count on Sitegiant. We have top-notch fulfillment system for you. Okay, now I want to take a quick tour to our system backend. So this is our system backend. As you can see, it's very clean, it's very simple to use, okay? Over here we have the trainings that we do it ongoing, and we have latest news about our system update over here. And in the middle parts, you can see your daily sales transactions, weekly sales transactions. So on your left hand side, this is the features that you're going to use. So example, you can click on the products, you can see the product list. So these are all the products that you have uploaded before. If you have synchronized to Shopee, it will show the symbol here. So uploading a product in our system is very simple and easy. No codings needed, okay? You just need to write the product title name, and then the descriptions. You can even insert images. If you have a lot of images, you can just easily do it over here. Just drag and drop and save it. In the end, you're just going to see the result whereby your products all will listed here. So speaking about building up the website, okay, building out the website is very simple through our backend because we provide you ready-made templates. You can see so many nice and well-designed templates that you can just easily choose and apply it, and after that you just change the pictures to the pictures that you want to use. So if I head back to our system here, when I click on Layout Manager, this is the part whereby you do your website editing, adding images and all that. So this is an example of my demo account. As you can see, I have Marvel's logos, pictures which is very sharp and nice, and even a GIF photos of the video like this, like GIF photos, okay, moving around. So you can see overall it's like, very class, and you can even put a YouTube video here, right? So just let me just do a quick demo and show you how the changes are made. So you can see now I'm trying to change the header. So it's very simple, no coding needed. All you need to do is just choose the design that we provided, and then you can just change the logo. Okay, upload your own logo. The size can be changed anytime, and the colors that you want to put. Okay, you can just put the corporate theme colors that you prefer. So these are the parts whereby you design your website. You don't need to learn any coding or hire any designer to do it. You can just DIY by yourself. Okay. Alright, let me just show you more example of the end result. So if you see from this page, okay, this is one of our clients. They're selling noodles and spicy foods. So you have all the nice image. You just got to insert in our system. Then you can put promotions when it's going to end. And then you see so many things. You can even put a YouTube video just to show people how you cook these foods and all. So people will easily know that, oh, that is so awesome, right? See, you can even put a video here. So move on. Yes, this is another brand that I believe that most of you have seen this brand in shopping malls and that, right? So these are all the spices and herbs. Yeah, so you can do something like this. Play with the colors, the brand identity, make it big. Okay, that's how you build your branding. So for those who are selling those kind of grocery foods, okay, all right, like noodles, steamboat, dry and canned foods, yes, you can easily use this system, Sitegiant here, to do it. Then you, of course, you might carry a lot of big brands. Just show them here that, hey, I have so many big brands, right? And then this is GoChoice. I believe that most of you might familiar with this brand. Okay, you can just easily, you see, they put coffee, tea, cereal, oats. So it's very easy for the audience to straight away select the categories that they prefer, and then they can easily, buy from your website. So that's how you build your own branding. Sometimes you might sell on Shopee, and at the same time, if you have your own website, so these will add value to your business. All right. So okay, of course, so some of you might sell tudong, shawls, muslimah and all that. Yes, you can easily just do it in our system here. You can even do like a crazy deal promotions. 99 is coming soon. So yes, you can do something like this. All right, you can get all the offers. And then Maribeth's Boutique. So this is another example of it, selling the tudong. And then yes, the kapal, as you can see, the colors design is different from the others. You can play darker themes, make it sharp, and looks like, very premium kind of feel. And this is benang hijau. Yes, they're using our system as well. Okay, so it's like very class, simple, nice, and user friendly. Okay, there's still a lot of websites that actually using our system to do it, okay? Not just foods and tudong, but if you're selling IT gadgets, cosmetic, shoes, so there's still a lot of kind of other businesses that are actually suitable to use our system to build a website. So speaking about Facebook Live, I believe that a lot of you familiarize with this, right? It's like someone is doing live, they say that, okay, you write A1 plus 1, A2 plus 2. Yes, these are the things that I have mentioned earlier. So now I just want to do a quick tour on how the back-end structure looks like. So this is one of our customers. They're doing live previously and they're using our system. So now head back to Sitegiant and I just go for the Facebook module here. Can you see this? Facebook Live. Yes, that's how you're gonna do it. Click on it and then you just got to create your live sessions. Okay, once you created, you can just easily go in here and then add the products that you have uploaded. So for my case, I have uploaded one of these products. Now I just try the product. I press B1 as a keyword to buy this. Black Panther mask. Can you see that? So once you go live, you connected with our system, start selling it, and then from here you can see a lot of people are going to, like, you know, if they watch your live video, they're going to reply. If they're interested, they're writing the keywords, and from here you capture the orders. They'll send them a link and they just head to our website of that particular products and make the payments directly. So this is the beauty of Sitegiant system, all in one. Okay, you don't have to buy all the system separately, everything is here. And for those who are doing marketplaces, okay, if you want to sell on Lazada, Shoppees, right, okay, as you can see from here, you can link to all these marketplaces. So I hope you guys enjoy the tour of our system backend.
Okay. Are you excited right now? Are you ready to use Sitegiant? If you are still not ready, let me share with you entrepreneurial success stories. Have a look.
These are the superwomen who started from zero to hero. Let me introduce you our first entrepreneurial story, Ira. Ira resigned from her positions of 9 years as an engineer at a multinational oil and gas company and started her own business on Shopee in order to gain more flexibility to spend time with her family. Started with 300 ringgit and a home-based warehouse. She now has a 3-story office cum warehouse, a retail shop and one-stop courier service center. She has been selling on Shopee for 4 years and also provides training as a Shopee expert. Today, she is using Sitegiant to manage her marketplace orders, and she is building up her own online branding with Sitegiant web store solution. All in all, by having a proper system will allow you to execute your business plan effectively. The story of Ira tells us that in life, we got to make a big sacrifice and take the leap of faith. For Ira's case, she chose to leave her comfort zone and start everything from ground zero. Low startup capital is not an issue as long as you know what you are selling and trust your products. Endurance is the key element for every entrepreneur to continue push themselves to the goal. When Ira quit her job, she had zero income, but she made it until the end, became a successful businesswoman. Now, Jamie, our second entrepreneurial success story. Jamie is a mompreneur who starts her own business after being employed for 8 years in an MNC company. She started her online business with a capital of 500 ringgit after she got married. She sacrificed 6 years focusing on building skill and strategies for her online business. Jamie learned from scratch how to dropship, stock tracking, product outsource, designing, sales and marketing, customer service, logistics, purchasing, and quality control. Today, Jamie's business has made millions in revenue. Jamie is a Shopee expert, certified trainers by Shopee, and Lazada trainer, certified by Alibaba Business School. Her passion is to continue coach business owners. Jamie is using Sitegiant to manage all her Lazada and Shopee's order fulfillment, whereby with Sitegiant, she saved plenty of her time when it comes to picking, sorting, and packing the parcels. From here, her business scaled up to the next level. The story of Jamie tells us that when the time comes, we have to make a decision to move on to a new journey and begin a new life chapter, whereby Jamie quit her full-time jobs and start her online business after she got married. Low startup capital is not an issue. There are plenty of ways to kickstart your online business, such as drop shipping. Hunger for knowledge is the key success factor. Never lazy to learn. The more knowledge you have, the less mistakes you make. In business, the price you pay for a mistake is expensive. Our third entrepreneurial success story, Shireen. Shireen started her entrepreneurial journey on Shopee more than 3 years ago and has never looked back since. She found her niche category and is currently selling more than 100 brands and thousands of products. Her managed stores have CRR of 99%, achieve up to 90% increase on month sales, and have zero fulfillment penalties. Her fulfillment accuracy is 99.95%, and half the manpower hours was cut with Sitegiant. She has been actively sharing and assisting her fellow entrepreneurs friends on how to succeed on e-commerce and Shopee. She's also a Shopee expert class of 2021. Okay, let me play Shireen's video and let her tell you the rest of her stories.
I was trying to push for 11/11 sales. So my first 11/11 sales came in. I only get one order. Okay, this store named Kate Lifestyle Store. That time when I was doing the registration of my company, I do not know what should I name it. So I just took my daughter's name. That's why I call it as Kate Lifestyle Store. Our specialty is we sell baby food and organic groceries right to your doorstep. How I started this business, from not risking putting all my eggs in one basket, so I decided instead of opening a storefront, I decided to start selling online from my own home. I started with very little products, and then we started growing since then. One of the reasons that I started with organic food, because since I was pregnant with my daughter, I select the best ingredients and the best food for her. Actually, I was staying in New Zealand, so there were lots of varieties of food I can get over there. However, when I got back here, I find it difficulty to find them. So I can bring more products, accessibilities to all our Malaysian fellow parents. At the start, we don't have sales. I also started off a bit of Facebook selling and also on some Facebook Mummies group, and that's how I started with a bit of sales. And then I started setting up my website. So I started off with 500 SKU. I started it off by myself. So when orders come in, I have to pack everything. I have to do everything through the night, syncing all the SKUs. I was also selling on Shopee and Lazada. I was trying to push for 11/11 sales. So my first 11/11 sales came in. I only get one order back then, 2 years ago on 11/11. And that time, I have so little orders that I have much more time. Then MDEC always have lots of programs, and they are all free. So compared to lots more programs out there, they need us to pay like hundreds of thousands for a course. But right now, we have a few more zeros behind that one on our recent 11/11 sales. We have more than 1,000 products in store right now, and we are serving all across Malaysia and also selling to Singapore as well. And any part of the world, they can also still purchase from us because we are an e-commerce store. And then currently, I have a team of 10-person team. My advice to new sellers is don't doubt yourself about trying something new. You should not wait. You should try it first and try really, really hard and put in your 200% in there, and don't think that there is always a second choice if you don't do this. E-commerce is it's online, it's everywhere. You could start this business from scratch from your own home, and with the resources that you have in hand, you might not need a lot of capital to start online.
So, what have we learned from this womanpreneur? Obviously, they're women. In this era, everything is possible. They start up with low capital. Currently, their business are growing. They are Shopee expert and they are helping the Shopee community. And one last similarity, they are using Sitegiant. Well, they can do it, you can do it too. Now, let's see who else is using Sitegiant. We have big brands using Sitegiant such as Senghe, Panasonic, Habib, Julie, Hush Puppy, Palas, and many more are using Sitegiant as well. So, if you are new to e-commerce, no worries. You can use our system and slowly upgrade to higher plan when your business grows. Okay, let me play a video of our client Pro DIY, whereby their business are in the next level and they are using our system to optimize their daily e-commerce operations. Hi, I'm Jason here. Today I'm in Ipoh and I'm here to interview our client Pro DIY. So come, follow me and let's see what they're gonna say.
Hai, nama saya Akimullah. Saya dari Pro DIY Shop. Kami punya produk dalam online shopping ni, kami banyak berasaskan barang-barang hardware. Tapi atas pasaran tengok sekarang sudah makin meningkat. Kebanyakan pelanggan semua memang beli melalui online ni. So kami dah masuk dari segi home living dan macam-macam lagi. Kami ada buka beberapa store. Untuk kami kontrol ketiga-tiga store sangatlah sukar. Sebab kami kena buka akaun Shopee, lagi satu akaun Lazada. Dengan adanya Sitegiant ni, dia memudahkan kami di mana dengan ada pelbagai jenis store, kami boleh masukkan saja dalam Sitegiant dan kami boleh kontrol ke semua platform tersebut di dalam website Sitegiant sahaja. Kami dapat kontrol stok dari situ, jadi dapat menjimatkan masa kami. Dari segi kita bila kita nak upload item baru yang nak jual, jadi tak perlulah kita untuk buka Shopee dan Lazada. Kita hanya upload melalui Sitegiant sahaja. Kalau boleh tengok dekat belakang saya ni pun kita ada buat labeling pun semua dengan QR code. Jadi untuk ambil item semua jadi tak ada masalah dan boleh mengurangkan kesilapan. Tak adalah customer akan komen barang salah sampai, salah item. Dengan ada sistem ni memang kita akan bagi item yang sangat tepat sekali. Untuk shipping label, selalunya kalau seller-seller lain diorang print untuk Shopee dan Lazada, dia kena buka dua platform. Dengan adanya Sitegiant ni, kita buka Sitegiant saja, di mana dalam itu terdapat shipping label untuk Shopee beserta dengan shipping label untuk Lazada. Kelebihan untuk shipping label untuk Shopee dan Lazada ini di mana kita boleh pilih kita print hot selling item dahulu, berbanding dengan kalau kita masuk ke seller center Shopee, kita boleh print semua, kita tak boleh filter. Selain itu, untuk Sitegiant ni dia beri kelebihan untuk dropshipper. Dengan adanya Sitegiant kita boleh tukar nama, kita boleh tukar alamat dan nombor telefon dia sekali. Dia boleh buat untuk dropship di mana kami mega, dia boleh meniaga di atas barang kami. Jadi memang macam-macam lah yang terdapat dalam Sitegiant ini. Macam saya pun tak dapat nak tengok habis lagi sebab terlalu banyak lagi feature-feature yang sangat menarik dari segi marketplace ataupun dari segi website. Di marketplace pun kita ada Shopee, Lazada, Zalora, di dalam tu macam-macam pelbagai jenis ada. Jadi untuk seller-seller yang lain, jika anda rasa terlalu susah untuk kontrol kedua-dua platform, kalau ada 2-3 akaun susah nak kontrol, kena buka 2-3 tag, 2-3 akaun. So dengan adanya Sitegiant ini, anda boleh masukkan semuanya dan jadi boleh kontrol dalam satu platform saja, iaitu Sitegiant.
We do provide online and offline training to teach our clients on how to operate our system effectively. All you need to do is focus on the training. Best of all, you can attend our training unlimited times. If you have a group of staff with you, just assign them to the training. We will train them to familiarize with our system, and from there, you can see significant results. We continuously collect feedback from our merchants and enhance our system to ensure it meets to the current market demand. When your business grows to the next level, our system can still cater your requirement. You do not need to spend huge amount of money to build a new system, and you do not need to look for a new system provider. So rest assured to rely on our system to run your online business. Big brands like SenangPay, Panasonic are using it, so no worries.
Alright, Hope you guys enjoy my sharing sessions. Everything is possible as long as you believe in yourself. Today, I have a very good news for you guys. You can claim Sitegiant plan for free under Belanjawan 2021 Go-eCommerce onboarding campaign for you to kickstart your online business. Oh yeah, you got to do it fast because we have been giving out free plan since 1st of July. So our free plan is running low. You got to act fast and claim it now. Okay, happy selling and see you again next time. Goodbye.
All right, thanks Jason for that sharing. And I believe all our viewers now can from be zero to hero already lah. All right, Jason, I'm going to start. We have some questions, but because of your topic, of your webinar topic, I can't help it, but I want to ask you one question before we start. So the question is, if you are a superhero, what is your power?
Oh, superhero. Fly to the universe.
So you choose to be able to fly lah. Okay, I will answer the question myself. If I'm a superhero, I want to have the power to be able to make anyone thin or fat at a flick of a button. Whoa. That will be a magical power. All right, so, okay, we have lots of questions in. And of course, to all the viewers, if you have any question that you want to ask Jason, feel free to type into the chat section. If you're watching from Facebook Live, just put it into the comment section. All right, so we have the first question coming in from Melissa. So Melissa asked, must I register an SSM to benefit from the Belanjawan incentives?
Yes, definitely, of course. Okay, in order for you to claim this so-called Sitegiant free plan, first and foremost, you definitely need to have SSM. Your SSM need to be active, and then secondly, you mustn't be our existing customers. Okay, it must be completely new because this is open for the new sellers. Okay, and thirdly, it's like you're going to go into the QC process. Okay, we're going to check your SSM to make sure that your business is active, and then if you have a Facebook page, a Droppy account, Lazada account, yes, that's good. You give us all these informations in the form so that we will QC from there. So from there, our QC team will make the final decisions, either approve or disapprove. Yeah, and speaking about how to join claiming this free Sitegiant plan, yeah, our assistants will write in the comment sections there. So yep, probably you will see there's a link and a guideline as well.
Okay, so I mean, if you are individual at the moment, individual entrepreneur, in order for them to benefit, they must register an SSM lah.
Right. It's compulsory in Malaysia. It's when do business.
All right, so
SSM is a must.
That's the answer for you, Melissa. If you have an SSM, very good. But if you don't have one, go and register. Very easy lah. Okay. All right. Next question we have coming in from Sharani. She would like to know if Sitegiant has any service in creating banner and content for the customers.
Okay, speaking about web designing or banner designing, this one all the time is like we will pass to our partners to do it. So we have various of partners that with us for more than 5 years, or some years with 10 years already. So we can introduce you guys to our partner. So from there they can do the banner design for you, and then in the end of the day you'll be using our system here like what I've shown you earlier. Like our system is very easy, just clicks and you can just build a website. And if you don't have any images, it's okay. You can find your friends or let our partners handle the job for you.
Right. Okay. So you do provide those kind of service through a third-party partner lah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. And the other thing, Sharini, you can also try another tool that I use personally. It's called Canva. So easy lah. Okay. And you can do it free as well. All right. So next question. What is the advantage of selling your own brand.com versus say to sell on marketplaces?
Okay, this is a very, in terms of this, there's no right and wrong answer. Okay, and for me personally, all the time I advise our client is like you got to get both, right? People is like this. We got to be like A, I also want, B, I also want, okay? So, okay, we speak about about website first, about your own brand. Yes, creating a brand identity is very important, okay? Because if you're selling a product right now, you need to be your own brand because they're going to remember you. Brand, which means that doesn't need to be the product of itself, but you yourself or your website identity, right? So that people will know that, hey, 88shops.com is like all the time they hear about this advertisement of somewhere else, like somehow you create an atmosphere there that 88shop.com is like, specialized in selling all the kind of foods, fresh and, fresh foods and so forth, right? So it's like building a brand building is a must as well. And secondly, about marketplaces, I would say that is a place for you to gain traffics, okay? Visitors, traffics, and sales. So of course, definitely, I wouldn't say that you shouldn't involve in marketplace. Marketplace is a must. So in the end, it's like two things, marketplace and website in this era right now, both of it, you must do it, right? So that you gain traffic, at the same time, you build your own branding with Sitegiant, just like what we are providing right now. It's like a buffet. So from small, you might want to sell on Lazada and Shopee as well. And then at a certain stage, your orders a lot, you might want to build your own branding, start to let people recognize you. And you can also leverage on our system to use our fulfillment features like you saw in the video. We even go to our clients' warehouse, to help them smoothen the whole process. So all in all, it's like Sitegiant here is like, we provide you everything already. It's like you don't have to look for, this provider and that provider to do all the things. So back to the questions, which is marketplace or website? Yes, both. Just go for it. Yeah.
All right. So no shortcut, seller. You want to be successful, must do both. I mean, it's like a normal retail as well. At the end of the day, do you want to be in a shopping mall or do you want in a physical owned store? I think both has own advantage, and ideally you should have both. And I think the same can be said for online in this case. All right, so let's move on to the next question. This is coming from Joanne. What are your, I believe you did mention that earlier, but maybe you can kind of repeat that. What are your offers at Sitegiant for Belanjawan 2021?
Yeah, so basically, we're offering you a free 1-year Sitegiant plan, which is, there are 3 plans if you check on our website. Value Plus, Value Plan, and Business Go. So I would say that our package is running low right now because it started since July, right? So basically, you get 1 year subscription of our systems, and basically you can use a majority of functions that I mentioned in my presentation just now, like building up your website and connecting your products to marketplaces like Shopee, Lazada, control your stocks, and then you can even do Facebook Live, okay? Do Facebook Live. And once you move on to the next level, do come back to us, okay? We have certain package that's going to help you leverage and make sure that all the orders that are coming in, you're able to fulfill on time, and you can even check your staff KPI. So for those who are doing individual selling right now, don't worry, I would say that just start from small, okay? You can build your own branding plus selling on marketplaces. So these 2 things that, you must do it.
All right. So Joanne, basically the offer is the best you can get really, free. All right, you can get 1 year subscription on Sitegiant. Okay, next question coming in from Ken420. Wow, very good username, my birth date. All right, so the question is, how long does it normally take to set up an e-commerce site on Sitegiant?
Okay, this one will depend on the business that you're doing. So we have various type of business out there. I mean, for sellers, some people, they might have like thousands of SKU, they sell this fashion product, they even sell cooking products and all that. So that will going to take a lot of time, maybe may take about 14 days, and some can even go until like only 3 days you can get it done. So some people, they might just want to sell, example, like this is a mic, right? So if let's say I'm specialized in selling mic, I just want to build my own brand. So that might probably take about 3 or 4 days will do, because my SKU is only 2 or 3 products only, and then I just want to build my website very classic and explain about how this thing works around. So yeah, it depends on what kind of business that you have. Yeah.
Right. So I guess it ranges from maybe as quick as matter of 1 day perhaps to say 14 days depending number of products.
Right.
All right. Okay. So that's for Ken. So it depends how many products you have. All right, next question. Does Sitegiant link to international marketplaces? I'm sure you just know you covered it, for example, like Shopee and Lazada. But do you have a link to international marketplaces such as Amazon or Tmall? And how many marketplaces currently is Sitegiant connected to?
Yeah, okay. For right now, we're able to connect to up to more than 13 channels. Of course, the local ones, like you guys know about it, like Shopee, Lazada. So speaking about internationals, we can link to Shopee, Lazada, which is Singapore regions, Thailand region, Indonesia's, So those are the ones that we can link. Basically, all the SEA, Southeast Asia, for Shopee and Lazada marketplaces. And yes, Amazon and eBay, we have it for US regions. So these are the ones, And Eroman as well. I believe that Eroman, just now they mentioned about Sitegiant, can connect with them. Yes, you can connect with Eroman as well.
Oh, okay. So you do you can connect to Amazon, but how about Tmall? I think the question did ask specifically for Tmall.
Oh, Tmall, not at this moment.
All right.
But definitely we're going to look into it. Yes.
Okay, so the answer is yes for Amazon, no for Tmall for the moment. All right. Okay, next question we have from Chong. I have so many SKU in my physical store, right? And it's not automated. I'm phobia. Just the thought of having a website to begin with when I don't even track my SKU. Can advise a non-tech savvy like me to begin my e-commerce journey?
Okay, so right now, John, is it you're already sell on Shopee, Lazada? Did he sell on Lazada, Shopee, or just a physical?
John didn't
really
say,
physical?
but I would think, based on his question, I would think that he has a physical store and he has a lot of SKU in the physical store and shop, and he currently don't even track it. So how does he going to move this onto an online website? In this case, through Sitegiant.
All right, sure. So I'm going to put into two scenarios because the questions is like not that clear, but no worries. Okay, the first scenario. Let's say today you have a physical store and you also sell on Shopee as well. And our end here we have bulk copy listing from Shopee. All the products that you have on Shopee in the account, maybe you got thousands of SKU already uploaded on Shopee, and you have a wonderful SKU number like a pen. You already recognize it as this pen is A1001, which is the SKU number. So if this thing already done, you can just easily use your system to pull all these products from Shopee to Sitegiant. So when it comes to Sitegiant, then you can just push it to our web store solutions, whereby there you go. You have this 1,000 products in Sitegiant web store already. So from there, you can build your web directly. You can see that. So it's like instantly just connect from one place to another place and then to our system here to build the website. So the products, you definitely going to save a lot of time. You don't have to do any uploading again. Okay, this is case number one if you have Shopee accounts or Lazada accounts, right? Case number two, if let's say you're totally new today, you're running retail shop, you haven't started online business yet, right? You don't have Shopee, Lazada and all that. Don't worry as well, because if you're using our system here, all these things definitely going to take a while to do it, okay? You got to recognize all your product with SKU number, okay? You got to fill out all the SKU number, and then you got to spend time on uploading all these items in the CSV, okay? You just key in all the product name in the CSV column. Column 1 is the product name, column 2 is the SKU number, and column 3, which is the price. So if you have all these things inset into this CSV, then you can just easily import this CSV into our system. Then there you go. You have this 1,000 of SKU in Sitegiant here, which is the website. And from here, you can connect to Shopee or Lazada and elsewhere. So it's like seamlessly, everything is under control. And next time, when someone buy one of these products on Shopee, deduct one, your website will deduct one as well, and Lazada as well. So you achieve stock control as well in the end. Yeah.
All right, so Chong, I hope you are either scenario A or scenario B lah. But if you're scenario C, then I think maybe you can follow Marie Kondo's tip and ask yourself which item must spark you joy. Then you leave that product first lah. Instead of thinking you got 1,000 products, don't. You think of which product spark joy, you sell that product first. I think that would be an easier way. Get started lah. All right. Okay, so next we have another question coming in from Sui Lin. Okay, very interesting. So what are your advice for business like me who are into services such as contractor, interior designing, which do not have a fixed price on our services? Would you recommend us to sign up for Sitegiant?
Okay, for this kind of scenario, yes, all the time we have people like they're in a service industry. Definitely your product is intangible, right? Yep. So for this kind of situation, you will be using our system here to build your brandings and your corporate info. Basically, it's a corporate information like I am a lawyer consultant. Okay, I've been handling many cases and all that. So you're going to put all your portfolios in your website to let people know that easily browse that you have done so many things, your achievements, your testimonials, and what are the services that you have. Okay, so for these kind of things like constructions, like speaking about constructions, like let's say you're in a business that doing renovations and all right. So you must be heavily rely on Facebook advertisements and also Google Ads as well. So when people like us, when we want to look for renovation, we might search on Googles and all that. Then we come up the ads or perhaps the website. They click on it, then they can see more story about what are the services that you're providing. And playing with Facebook ads is like once someone browse what's that, renovations in Penang or somewhere else. So if you got play with the ads and all that, then you're going to show up. So people click on your ads, then that's it. They're going to view all your things. And for more information, they click on your website, then that's it. They link to your Sitegiant website, whereby you have all the portfolio. So yeah, there you go. That's how you want to do it.
So short answer for you, Suilin. Answer is yes, you need. Okay. Next, let's see. There's another question coming in from Ken420. He wants to know, does website design impact visitors and sales?
Definitely, yes. Web design is one of it, because if you have a great design and feel, it's like you're going to let people feel like, yeah, your things must be quality, and then you're genuine, because you're not like simply, making a website like put this product, blah, 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 like Roja and all that. If you have a nice web design, definitely you're going to give a very good impressions to the audience when they first browse it, and further add on additional point for it. Having a nice web design is not enough yet, okay? You got to use video, okay? If you can see on YouTube, you can see my face. Sitegiant, we also have a lot of various videos explaining about, how things work around, and we even interview our clients. So you need to play with video as well, okay? Explain about how your product features works, and then if you got more testimonial and all that, that would be even great. Yeah.
All right. So Ken, definitely is a big yes there, lah. Okay. Okay. Next we have another question coming from Amiro. Do I need to have my own payment gateway if I do not have one, and when I sign up for a Sitegiant account?
Okay, this one is very subjective. In Sitegiant here, we will not enforce all the sellers to own a payment gateway, whereby you can just write bank account numbers like Maybank, your name and all that, and ask the buyer to just manually bank into you, and then that's it, they make the payment. But for my advice, I would say that payment gateway is a must, because I got scammed. I would say that sometimes I buy on Facebook, I just bank in the money to the sellers. In the end, I didn't get the goods. You see, so it's like during MCO, we feel like at home, and we buy things around. Sometimes like they don't even have website, they don't have anything, but we just blindly trust the sellers. I would say that out of 10 sellers, out of 50 sellers, 2 or 3 is a scammer. So I myself personally faced this kind of incident before. So for me right now, if I want to buy things, if without payment gateway, I will take 2 steps. Will not make the decision lah. As long as you're in Shopee, Facebook, Lazada or Shopee or your website have the payment gateway, then only I will have the trust there to buy your things.
Right. So I guess from a technical requirement perspective, it's not required, but it's of course highly recommended, just because I think consumer is looking for that. Just the other day, I received a phone call, and the first say I'm from Lembaga Hasil. I thought it's scam. As it turned out, it was a real call. So I think to prevent that initial impression, of course, having a payment gateway established to your website, I think that's highly beneficial. Okay, so I think we have one last question here coming in from Spencer. Can we integrate our WMS to Sitegiant backend? And do you allow integration? My WMS is developed in-house.
Okay, so speaking about WMS, we will link it back to ERP. Okay, so basically ERP, basically ERP is like you got to link with. We will provide you our API document. Then from there you will study the requirements, what can and can't. So for the time being, the API documents that we have right now is still under restructuring. So once it's complete, yes, definitely it can. So for this thing, you can feel free to just go to our website, www.sitegiant.my. Just check with our consultant. Okay, you can provide your information over there so that our consultant will take note. And once we have the API ready, documents restructured, then yes, we can get in touch with you to further talk about this. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So with that, thank you once again. We have come to an end to the Q&A session. Thank you all for participating in the by asking lots of questions. And of course, thank you, Mr. Jason, for your sharing.
Yeah. You're welcome. And one more thing, I just want to thanks MDEC for the opportunity inviting us to this Go-eCommerce onboarding campaign. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Great. Thanks, Jason. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to know more about Sitegiant's offer, please scan the QR code on the right and fill in your contact details. And of course, Sitegiant will get in touch with you with further information. So next, we'll be talking about removing payment complexity for online business entrepreneur with Mr. Mansoor Abdul Rahman, CEO and co-founder of SenangPay. So we'll now take a short break and we'll see you guys again later at 3:45 p.m.
someone say no, see it on your face.
Terdetik di hati saya nak mencuba jual nasi ayam kat kawasan ni. Kedai kami kan baru buka. Bila orang baru mula nak kenal, tiba-tiba PKP. Saya diperkenalkan oleh seorang kawan supaya guna GrabFood. Jadi dia bagi nombor telefon, GrabFood datang, suruh saya daftar, isi borang. Dia banyak tolong lah. Jadi saya tak perlu nak susah payah lah. Sebab dia buat dari A sampai Z lah. Selepas 2 minggu, kita dah mulakan operasi Grab lah. Terus dapat order. Hari pertama saya dapat lebih dari RM500. Grab tu dapat membantu mempromosikan kedai saya. Daripada orang tak kenal, jadi kenal lah. Dengar bunyi order, masuk je kan. Jadi macam happy lah.
Jualan dah turun sebanyak 90%. Online sahaja memang tidak cukup lah untuk cover rental kita, staff-staff kita seramai 100 lebih. Kita terfikir, kan kita ada banyak bahan-bahan mentah, kita cubalah packkan mereka ke dalam set-set yang boleh digunakan untuk memasak di rumah. Onboard tu tak susah. Sehari pun dah dapat approval daripada Lazada. Apa yang perlu perhatikan ialah apakah promosi yang membuatkan tu menarik lah. Untuk sehari kita dapat 70 order. Kita pun rasa tu cukup lah untuk membayar gaji-gaji pekerja. Kita rasa nasib baik.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera and a very good day to everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with immense pride and pleasure that I welcome you to the Go-eCommerce Expo 2021. What we have for you is a 4-day series of virtual conferences to fully support and assist you with the onboarding journey towards e-commerce, and I can't wait for you to experience it. This event is also in line with the Belanjawan 2021 e-commerce initiative that was launched in July 2021, which aims to provide support to Malaysian micro and SMEs to onboard onto e-commerce and e-payment platforms to enhance their sales capability in e-commerce and help boost their sales. MDEC is committed to its resolve to equip and enable Malaysian businesses to navigate and thrive through these business unusual times. With strong support from the government, we aim to further catalyze the growth of e-commerce in Malaysia in line with the goals of the Malaysia Digital Economy Blueprint and our vision at MDEC to enable a progressive digital nation, advance an inclusive digital economy, and digital sovereignty. With that, I thank you all for being here and I look forward to the enlightenment and insights that you will find in the coming week. With that, I thank you and stay safe.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Go-eCommerce Expo 2021, organized by Ministry of Communications and Multimedia Malaysia and Malaysia Digital Economy Corporation, MDEC. Go-eCommerce Expo is a 4-day online event that is aimed to encourage local businesses to adopt e-commerce by leveraging on the Belanjawan 2021 e-commerce initiative with the assistance from participating partners. To all our viewers, you are encouraged to ask questions throughout the webinar, as we'll be having a Q&A session at the end of each session. For our audience at the webinar platform or YouTube, you may ask your questions in the chat section. For viewers who are watching via Facebook Live, you may type in your questions in the comment section. So earlier we had Mr. Jason Chua from Sitegiant sharing to us about seller journey from zero to hero. And I hope the session has been insightful to our viewers. So let us now move on to our next topic, removing payment complexity for online business entrepreneur. Please help to welcome our speaker, Mr. Mansoor Abdul Rahman, CEO and co-founder of SenangPay. Hi Mansoor, welcome to Go-eCommerce Expo. Hi, how are you?
Hi Kevin, I'm good here. Thank you for having me. Hi, say hi to Carol for me as well.
Yes, she's there.
Oh, all right.
Right, so Mansoor have more than 20 years of experience in banking industry with major expertise in merchant and card acquisition. He has worked with major banks, cards and payment industries such as MBF Cards, iSynergy and ePay. So we will speak to Mansoor again during our Q&A session. So ladies and gentlemen, SenangPay has prepared us an exclusive presentation only for you, our Go-eCommerce Expo viewers. So let us now begin our webinar with a special presentation from SenangPay.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan salam sejahtera. Apa khabar tuan-tuan dan puan-puan? Terima kasih kerana tuan-tuan dan puan-puan yang menghadiri sesi kita pada kali ini. Nama saya Mansoor. Saya adalah CEO dan juga salah seorang founder SenangPay. Kami adalah syarikat payment gateway yang berdaftar dengan Bank Negara Malaysia. Baik. Terima kasihlah saya ucapkan pertamanya kepada pihak MDEC kerana menjemput kami dan pasukan kami untuk sama-sama berkongsi sedikit ilmu kepada tuan-tuan dan puan-puan tentang pentingnya payment gateway dalam ekosistem sebuah online business. Saya yakin yang hadir pada sesi kali ini adalah sama ada tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, sama ada peniaga online ataupun berniaga secara tradisional dan ingin join sekali dengan rakan-rakan anda yang telah mengonlinekan perniagaan mereka. Okey, pada waktu pandemik COVID-19 ni, walaupun banyak di kalangan kita yang menghadapi musibah, tetapi ada juga peluang-peluang yang kita boleh raih untuk kita menjana pendapatan, menambah rezeki kita, sama ada secara full time atau secara part time, secara sambilan dengan berniaga secara online. Data-data yang kita dapati sama ada daripada SenangPay ataupun daripada data daripada Bank Negara telah menunjukkan transaksi naik almost 100% compare dengan pada tahun 2019 pada tahun 2020-2021 kita punya transaction naik berlipat kali ganda. Ini menunjukkan orang duduk di rumah spend banyak masa, menghabiskan banyak masa di internet. Bila mereka banyak masa di internet, mungkin ada yang impulse buyer, dia orang akan berbelanja, shopping, ataupun mereka terpaksa juga shopping untuk membeli keperluan harian mereka secara online. So inilah peluang-peluang yang kita sama-sama kena benefit, kena ambil peluang-peluang ini untuk kita menjana pendapatan kita, ya. Baik. Saya di sini selepas ini akan ada slide-slide, rakan saya akan tunjukkan apakah payment gateway ini secara detailnya. Tetapi dari secara amnya saya ingin tegaskan always dalam saya punya talk saya selalu emphasize mustahaknya saya selalu emphasize kepentingannya payment gateway. Antaranya kepentingan yang saya selalu utarakan adalah brand itu sendiri. payment gateway brand itu sendiri adalah satu bentuk kepercayaan yang diberikan oleh pihak-pihak berkuasa kepada anda semua sebagai peniaga online. Kerana apabila anda ada payment gateway, bermakna anda telah dipercayai oleh pihak bank sendiri. Anda boleh berniaga dan pelanggan-pelanggan anda menampak anda, wah, ini adalah peniaga yang boleh dipercayai. So secara tak langsung anda boleh yakinkan pelanggan anda untuk membeli barangan anda. Ya, juga payment gateway adalah merupakan satu medium yang sangat secure, yang sangat selamat untuk anda terima pembayaran. Seperti yang kita maklum, banyaklah scammer-scammer yang cuba untuk menipu peniaga-peniaga online ini. Jadi apabila adanya payment gateway, transaction anda tidak lagi diragui, ya, semua detail-detail transaction anda telah di-capture, telah ada di dalam dashboard dan anda boleh simpan dan anda boleh buat analisis dan sebagainya lah, ya. Baik, saya lagi sekali lah saya ingin mengucapkan terima kasih kepada MDEC kerana memberi peluang ini, kan. Dan seterusnya saya akan serahkan kepada rakan saya, Encik Azizi. Beliau juga adalah co-founder SenangPay. Dia akan memberikan beberapa slide, beberapa penerangan dengan lebih detail tentang kebaikan payment gateway, juga demo macam mana anda nak sign up SenangPay, macam mana anda nak memulakan perniagaan anda dengan SenangPay supaya anda lebih senanglah kepada siapa yang belum mencuba payment gateway. Mungkin dengan demo ini anda rasa macam senang aja. Sebenarnya memang senang, it's just a matter of copy and paste. Anda cuma perlu tahu internet dan perlu tahu sedikit knowledge about komputer. Tidak perlu coding, anda tidak perlu seorang programmer untuk menjual barangan anda secara online. Sekali lagi terima kasih kepada pihak MDEC. Dan saya serahkan slide seterusnya kepada rakan saya dan saya ucapkan selamat berniaga kepada tuan-tuan dan puan-puan semua. Sekian, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Terima kasih kepada Encik Mansur, CEO SenangPay. Saya Khairul Azizi, merupakan salah seorang daripada founder juga. So saya akan bentangkan kajian kami, di mana kajian ini akan membantulah kepada tuan-tuan dan puan-puan agar dapat lebih faham bagaimana ekosistem payment gateway ni, apa yang sedang berlaku, apa yang akan berlaku dan bagaimana SenangPay boleh membantu tuan-tuan dan puan-puan. Okay, kita tengok apa yang sedang berlaku sekarang sebenarnya, ya. Okay, di Malaysia ni masalah kita semua orang tahu yang kita ni sekarang berada dalam keadaan COVID-19. Apabila COVID ni berlaku, dia telah mengubah norma hidup kita. So, kita dah melalui banyak fasa lockdown, orang duduk kat rumah, dan apabila orang duduk kat rumah, dia banyak masa terluang. So, salah satu daripadanya, dia menyebabkan orang mula shopping online. Ni dia punya spiral effect dia. Dan kita dapati bahawa memang online sales ni meningkat dengan almost 200%. So sebagai buktinya, daripada transaction SenangPay sendiri, kalau kita tengok 2017, 2018, 2019 ke 2020 tu almost 120% kenaikan transaction. Ini bermaksud COVID yang datang ni sebenarnya bila kita tengok the other way tu, dia memberi rahmat jugalah. Transaction meningkat. Okay, maknanya inilah dia, online business is booming. Okay, ini adalah data yang kita ada sendiri. Tetapi kita juga buat semakan sebab kita nak tahu adakah benda ni berlaku di Malaysia saja ke atau bagaimana. Okay, melalui Google Economy C, maksudnya Ekonomi Southeast Asia 2020 punya report, yang ni dijalankan oleh Google, Temasek dan Bain & Company. Kajian ni mendapati bahawa new user are coming. Maknanya banyak user menggunakan internet. Ini apa yang sedang berlaku di region kita. 2015 260 juta, 2020 400 juta. So almost double. Maknanya ramai orang guna internet. Dari mana orang ni datang? Dia orang ni mengikut kajian Google datang daripada non-metro areas. Maksudnya dia orang ni datang daripada kawasan bukan bandar lah. Malaysia kawasan bukan bandar, pertambahan user. dan mereka juga consume content dalam internet ni lebih lama. Bermaksud tempoh yang dia spend time dekat internet tinggi. Dan efek daripada itu, e-commerce dan juga payment punya industri ni accelerated. Accelerated ni dia bukannya bertambah tetapi makin laju. So ni efek yang berlaku akibat kedatangan COVID. Ini adalah antara faktor dia yang menyebabkan kenapa e-commerce dan payment accelerated adalah pertama decline of cash. Maksudnya orang dah takut nak bayar duit. So orang guna digital payment. So maknanya cash kita tak nak pakai tunai, semua nak bayar pakai digital payment. Boleh kita katakan bahawa datangnya musibah ni menyebabkan ada rahmat yang di sebalik. So kita tengok pula market apa yang akan berlaku. Okay, daripada kajian yang sama, projection bagi market e-commerce ni adalah 300 bilion USD. Ini pada projection pada tahun 2025. Maknanya 2019 100 bilion, 2025 300 bilion USD. Bila dia tengok projection growth ni, kita walaupun COVID masih lagi dalam on track. Ni bila kita pergi kepada Malaysia, kalau Southeast Asia is 300 bilion USD, projection untuk market Malaysia adalah 30 bilion USD. Pada tahun 2020, kita punya ni adalah 11.4 bilion USD. Masih lagi on track. Masih lagi on track ni maksudnya akan datang 30 bilion USD ni market dia betul. Now, dari segi bila kita berniaga, of course kita ada projection. So, katalah kita punya orang kata market share 1% daripada 300 juta adalah ringgit Malaysia 1.268 bilion. Ini 1% daripada 300 juta. Sedangkan market yang kita tengok tadi adalah 30 bilion. Meaning, kalau market share kita 0.01% sekalipun, kita dah ada 12.6 million. So, apa yang kita nak share ni bahawa market terlampau besar. Meaning kalau you tak masuk dalam online e-commerce ni, maknanya you masih lagi berniaga secara brick and mortar, you tak digitalizekan you punya business, agak rugilah. Tu maksud nak bagi tahu tu. Maknanya compounder effect dia, apa yang you buat sekarang ataupun apabila you digitizekan perniagaan you, bukan hanya untuk sekarang tetapi untuk future. Kerana market pada masa akan datang tu besar. Dan kita masih lagi on track. So jangan risaulah. Maknanya future is good. Kita dah tahu masalah, tetapi daripada masalah tu datang rahmat. Dan daripada rahmat tu rupanya kita masih on track. Now kita pergi kepada seterusnya iaitu online business. Okay, online business ni pertama kita tengok secara makro. Makro ni maknanya adalah e-commerce ecosystem secara besar. Yang ni saya ada Google. So e-commerce landscape ni daripada apa nama ni Exabyte. Okay, apa yang saya nak share adalah bahawa payment system ni cuma salah satu daripada overall landscape e-commerce ni. Dia ada shopping cart, dia ada marketing, dia ada delivery, dia ada fulfillment. MDEC ada. MDEC ni maknanya jatuh kategori government lah yang support. Okay. Maknanya mula-mula kita kena understand the bigger picture dulu. Kita duduk di mana. Okay. Ni punya bigger picture lah. Dan juga kita pergi kepada micro, di mana kita lihat kita secara micro di mana pula. Okay. Tadi kita tengok macam kita ada kedai online, kita nak hantar barang kat customer kita kena ada delivery platform. Okay. Itu secara makro. Tetapi secara mikro pula, kita sendiri ni, kita kena ada kita punya online store. Online store ni maknanya sama ada you buat sendiri atau you sewa daripada provider. Contohnya Sitegiant atau Easy Store atau macam-macam lah. Daripada dia orang ni, you bayar sewa bulan. Okay, daripada you punya kedai online, you mesti pair dengan payment gateway. Contohnya SenangPay lah, kita lah. Daripada situ, you pair pula dengan yang deliver. So, ini adalah you punya kedai. Daripada kedai you dah ada kedai, you dah boleh terima duit, you boleh hantar barang. The next step is, you kena ada channel untuk promote you punya brand dan you punya kedai. Ini yang orang pergi social media, orang pergi YouTube ke Vimeo ke, dia pakai mailing list ke, dia bayar social media influencer atau dia dapatkan ads, Google, whatsoever. So ini adalah supaya you memberitahu kepada you punya customer you ada barang untuk dijual. Okay, macam mana pula dengan Lazada, Shopify semua tu? Maknanya kita letak pula branch kita pada marketplace ni. Marketplace ni dia macam shopping mall yang besar lah. You ada kedai sendiri, tapi you jangan lupa untuk letak barang di tempat marketplace tu. Maksudnya you kena ada Shopee punya cuma present, Lazada, tu semua you kena letak lah. Ataupun you main affiliate ataupun dropship. But managing business ni adalah macam mana you nak fully digitizekan business you. Customer support contohnya pakai Zendesk, financial you dah tak you ada pakai QuickBook, team management you pakai to do management punya software macam Trello, Basecamp. Ni yang part macam mana nak manage lah. Tetapi apa yang paling penting, top priority you kena ada kedai you sendiri. Kenapa you tak boleh bergantung sahaja pada marketplace? Marketplace ni bukan control. Kita tak boleh control dia. Mana tahu satu hari marketplace tutup, kita tak ada business. Orang nak beli tak, sebab kita tak ada kedai kita sendiri. Itu yang maksud saya tu. Di kedai kita sendiri kita boleh control banyak benda. Harga, diskaun, whatsoever. Tu sebab kita kena ada kedai tu. Okay? Kesimpulannya, untuk you migrate kepada online space ni, dia memang memakan masa. Tetapi kalau you tahu mana priority seperti yang saya dah share tadi, maknanya kita start dengan yang utama dulu. Baru kita go yang lain-lain. Okay, now kita tengok pula kepada shopping behaviour rakyat Malaysia. Ni you nak jual barang, you kena tahu jugalah. Maknanya mindset orang membeli macam mana. Tapi sebelum tu, just nak share, Malaysia ni sebenarnya kita dah modern dan memang dah payment channels kita dah mantap lah. Kita boleh terima, kita ada credit card, ada online banking, ada debit card, ada e-wallet. Kripto je yang tak banyak payment gateway. Bukan tak banyak, memang di Malaysia langsung tak ada lah payment gateway yang boleh accept kripto. Mungkin akan datang adalah. Buat masa ni tak ada. Apa nak cerita, payment channel tip top. Nak terima duit tak ada masalah kalau pakai payment gateway. Okay, behaviour pertama orang yang kuat shopping ni, yang paling utama dia orang ni suka collect point. Collect point ni maknanya dia membeli belah. Dalam masa sama dia dapat benefit dalam bentuk point. Ujung tahun point ni dia boleh tukar, dia dapat barang lain lagi. That's why people are moving. Mereka dah tak nak cash. Cash you tak dapat apa. Okay, ada satu term dinamakan impulsive buyer. Impulsive buyer ni dia tak nak beli pun, tapi tiba-tiba dia terbeli. Normal lah. Normal. Kita tak nak beli pun ni. Tengok kenapa? Lalu kita terbeli. Impulsive buyer. Seterusnya, kita ada trend related buyer. Ada trend berlaku, kita terasa nak beli dan kita beli. Contohnya baru-baru ni ada Tokyo Olympic. Runner ni Master Eliud Kipchoge pakai kasut Nike. Kasut dia ni dia dapat gold. Runner pun start beli kasut ni. So trend, dia ikut trend. Local made supporter. Okay, disebabkan kita semua tengah susah, bila ada brand, local brand, orang support. So tak kisahlah, asalkan local, dia support, dia beli. Influence by influencer, maknanya gini, tengok influencer pakai, kita pun beli. Padahal kita tak perlu pun, tapi sebab nak rasa kita sama macam influencer, kita pun beli. Supermom ni maknanya contoh macam rumah saya sendiri. Semua benda nak beli untuk anak-anak. Untuk saya tak ada apa pun. So supermom, banyak shopping. Tiap-tiap hari barang sampai kat rumah. Dan juga kita dah ada macam kat Malaysia ni, selain daripada Hari Raya, Christmas ke, Deepavali, Chinese New Year, kita dah ada Hari Raya shopping. Ini dah memang berlaku dah pun. 88, 11, 12. Okay. Walaupun benda ni orang kata dipopularkan oleh marketplace, tetapi ada efek kepada peniaga yang mempunyai kedai sendiri. Sebab kita ada data, macam SenangPay kita ada data. So kita tengok, setiap kali shopping festival punya date, transaction akan spike. Walaupun peniaga kita tidak, maknanya kita tak ada kena-mengena dengan Lazada dan Shopee pun. So maknanya orang tetap membeli. Mungkin dia pergi kat Shopee, alamak barang habis, dia akan pergi kepada kedai online, brand yang dia nak tu. Okay, credit facilities. Di Malaysia kalau ikut data, 1 daripada 3 orang Malaysia dah ada kad kredit. Bermaksud spending power tinggi. Dia boleh hutang. So dia belilah. And then juga ada trend terbaru di mana payment gateway ni dia offer pula BNPL. Buy now, pay later. Beli sekarang, bayar kemudian. Ada so-called macam installment lah. Barang dapat dulu, bayar kemudian. Consumer protection. Okey, ni saya nak share kenapa setengah pembeli dia tak nak transfer online, dia tak nak pakai FPX banking, dia nak juga pakai credit card. Okey, kerana apabila kita membeli menggunakan credit card, kalau barang yang sampai tu kita tak puas hati dan kita nak komplain, kita boleh call credit card kita, saya nak report, saya tak puas hati, bla 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 bla. So bank, credit card kita akan protect kita punya hak, di mana dia akan refund duit kita. Kalau kita membeli menggunakan FPX, COD, whatsoever, duit dah lepas dah. Tak ada jaminan kita untuk dapat duit ni balik. That's why orang pakai credit card. Maknanya boleh cancel transaction. Berdasarkan bank negara punya indikator, memang semua payment channel, credit card, charge card, debit card, whatsoever ni semua memang meningkat. Daripada 2016 ke 2020 memang naik. Maknanya memang betul lah mengikut Google punya kajian tadi. Payment punya orang kata industri ni dia memang semakin lama semakin meningkat. Orang dah tak pakai cash. Kesimpulannya, behavior manusia tambah dengan teknologi pembayaran boleh mendatangkan profit ataupun keuntungan. Okey, satu lagi, sebagai peniaga ni, kita kena ada deep understanding dalam game yang kita nak masuk ni. Maknanya kita bukan master produk kita sahaja, tetapi kita juga master dengan yang tadi yang saya share tu, behavior pembeli, market, semua ekosistem. Itu yang benda yang nak disampaikan lah. Okey, saya ada satu section yang saya rasa sangat kritikal sekarang ni, iaitu the rise of scammer. Kebangkitan scammer-scammer. Ni sangat penting supaya you tahu untuk protect your customer. Paling legend dari dulu sampai sekarang tak habis-habis scam Photoshop receipt. Maknanya dia kata dia dah bayar. Dia bagi bukti receipt. Receipt ni dia Photoshop je. So you, kalau transaction satu hari ada satu, you boleh check lah. Tapi kalau transaction satu hari ada 300, you dah tak check lah. End up you rugi sebab orang tipu, dia kata dia dah bayar tapi duit tak ada. Ni scam Photoshop receipt. Seterusnya, scam PM tepi, intercept. Okay, you buat campaign bla 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 bla, and then you pun cakap, okay, siapa nak beli barang saya, sila PM tepi. Ada 3,000 orang PM tepi dekat you. You tak cukup tangan nak PM tepi pembeli-pembeli ni. You tak tahu dah ada scammer lain intercept. Dia PM tepi orang yang PM you, dia kata dia you. So dia pula dah engage dengan pembeli you. So pembeli you transfer duit kepada dia, dia bawa lagi duit, pembeli you marah, pembeli you ingat you tipu dia. Ni masalah scam PM tepi. Sebab tu PM tepi ni dia tak boleh, dia siapa buat PM tepi ni nak kena denda. Tapi benda ni penguatkuasaan lah. Okay. Fake store. Okay, fake store ni maksudnya you tak ada kedai online. Scammer buat kedai online sebiji macam you punya. So orang beli kat kedai online yang tipu pakai brand you. Scam COD ni maksudnya orang beli barang ni bayar cash, tapi dalam kotak tu tak ada pun, ataupun barang lain. Ni scam COD lah. So bila benda ni asyik berlaku, lama-lama orang dah tak suka beli COD sebab asyik kena scam. Satu lagi yang terbaru, scam instant transfer. Maksudnya gini, dia bagi receipt, tunjuk dia dah bayar kat you. You pun ingat dah bayar, okay, you pun deliver barang pada you punya pembeli. Rupa-rupanya dia cancelkan dia punya instant transfer ni. Maknanya dia transfer pada you pada masa akan datang. Maknanya minggu depan baru duit tu masuk kat you. You dah hantar kat dia, dia pun cancel dia punya instant transfer tu. You tak dapat duit. So kesimpulannya, mengetahui tentang scam ni adalah penting supaya you boleh protect perniagaan you, brand you, customer you, dan juga maknanya follower you lah, dan juga protect negara kita. Macam mana nak protect semua ni? You memang kena pakai payment gateway. So kita lah payment gateway tu, which is SenangPay. Payment gateway ada banyak, you boleh pilih, you boleh kaji. Salah satunya adalah kita. Okay, next ni saya akan terangkan kita punya payment gateway lah. Okay, SenangPay ni telah berdaftar sejak tahun 2015 dan kita to date kita ada active merchant yang dah daftar dengan kita ni 15,000 lah, macam-macam lah. Tiljana, Habib, Pusat Zakat, even Bungkusit. So kita dah transact lebih kurang 8.45 billion punya transaction. Kita di bawah pengawasan bank negara, di mana kita tak boleh buat sesuka hati. We are approved by bank negara. Dan kita juga adalah payment facilitator oleh Mastercard untuk region ni. Meaning kita bukan subcon bawah orang lain, tak ada. Kita sendiri. In term of brand pula, website kita sekarang ni top 500 di dalam Malaysia. Nombor 300 lebih lah saya check. Dan kita ada complete payment acceptance. Kalau you sign up SenangPay, you boleh terima pembayaran daripada customer you, credit card, FPX, debit card, e-wallet. Crypto belum lagi. Crypto kita tengah nak minta approval, tapi belum lagi. Apa yang you dapat apabila sign up dengan SenangPay? You boleh start jual terus kepada customer you melalui you punya blog, atau you punya social media, atau messenger apps macam WhatsApp, ataupun dalam email. Maknanya you add produk, you terus generate payment form, share payment form ni. Ataupun you ada shopping cart, you kena download plugin dan integrate lah. Ataupun you tak ada shopping cart tapi you nak buat sendiri pakai Joomla dan WordPress. Ni take time sikit lah, kena ada designer dan ada programmer. Ataupun integrate terus dengan sistem yang sedia ada. So SenangPay cater daripada penjual yang maknanya yang barang dia sikit sampai barang dia banyak. Kita capture key kanan. Dan kita juga tengah develop apps di mana untuk menggantikan terminal, tap saja kad ni atas phone, transaction berlaku. Okey, ni contoh payment form kita. Apabila ada you punya brand, gambar item you dan juga detail-detail dia. Maknanya orang boleh masukkan nama, email, mobile phone, alamat dia. Last sekali dia pilih nak bayar pakai apa. So, you boleh nak tengok form ni live, you boleh scan QR code tu. Nanti boleh keluar dalam you punya phone. Basically, payment form ni kita boleh generate dalam dashboard SenangPay 3 minit je. Apabila pembeli dah beli barang daripada you, dia orang akan dapat transaction summary. Ini adalah macam receipt. Tapi receipt daripada kedai, you kena keluarkan sendiri. Ini adalah transaction summary yang berlaku antara apabila dia bayar pakai SenangPay. So, detail tu keluar. Bayar pakai apa, bayar bila, berapa ringgit bayar, siapa merchant dia, apa barang, harga semua. Maksudnya macam gini. Kalau dia bayar, dia memang bayar. Kalau dia tak bayar, dia akan jadi fail atau pending. Maknanya, duit tu confirm ada. Maknanya, selamatlah daripada kena scam. Okay, data-data ni pula akan disimpan di dalam dashboard SenangPay. Maknanya, you boleh guna balik data ni untuk buat you punya email marketing. Bila besok hari raya, you nak post apa ke, semua you boleh guna balik. Data tersimpan di dalam dashboard. Data apa yang tersimpan, apa yang kita collect daripada customer tadi. Nama, email, nombor phone, alamat dia, barang apa, semua ada, semua boleh tengok. Selain daripada tu, di dalam dashboard kita ni juga ada data-data ni you boleh keluarkan dalam bentuk Excel ataupun Google spreadsheet. You boleh buat profiling apa benda semua, dan juga settlement date pun ada dalam tu. Maknanya settlement duit daripada SenangPay kepada you. Okay, basically ni adalah lebih kurang lah flow dia. Customer beli barang dekat you, kita duduk dalam you punya channel tu, customer bayar melalui kita kepada you. Okay, dia dah beli, dia dapat receipt, dan duit tu daripada customer pergi kepada SenangPay dulu. SenangPay akan settle kepada you seminggu 2 kali, pada hari Rabu dan juga pada hari Jumaat. Lepas tu maknanya you barulah boleh deliver barang kepada customer. Ataupun maknanya you boleh deliver barang awal walaupun duit ni tidak settlement lagi kepada you, sebab memang confirm payment gateway ni duit dah ada dalam dashboard. You tengok ada, maknanya memang you akan dapatlah duit you. Okay. Ni yang nak tunjuk tadi, maknanya SenangPay duduk di dalam kedai you. Ni tadi online store, payment gateway. Okay. Okay. Ini adalah proses di mana untuk sign up dengan SenangPay. Okay, kita memang memerlukan certain dokumen macam SSM, apa semua ni. Ada list of dokumen, you boleh scan QR code tu. Kenapa kita perlukan dokumen ni adalah kerana approval terakhir adalah pada bank. Maknanya SenangPay dia ambil ni, dia akan buat risk assessment semua, dia submit pada bank. Last sekali bank akan approve. Baru you boleh pakai payment gateway ni lah secara complete. Tetapi sebaik saja you sign up dengan SenangPay, sebenarnya kita dah activatekan Touch and Go dengan Boost punya wallet. You boleh terima duit terus. Sementara nak you punya account nak verify, kita activatekan FPX. Last kali kita activatekan Visa dengan GrabPay. Maknanya tidak ada alasan di mana saya nak berniaga, malam ni saya baru sign up SenangPay, besok saya nak jual terus. You boleh buat macam tu. Tapi dia punya payment channel tu limited lah. Okay, kepada e-wallet sajalah. Alright.
Dan kita mempunyai orang kata top notch customer support, di mana kita ada tim customer support kita yang akan bersedia untuk membantu apa jua masalah you. Okay, ni you boleh buka tiket saja atau you boleh telefon kepada kita lah. Okay, pricing dia, kita charge merchant ataupun peniaga ni dua je, tiap-tiap tahun dengan transaction fee. Tiap-tiap tahun ni you boleh pilih sama ada basic, advanced, special ataupun stripe package. Kebanyakan peniaga dia ambil yang advanced 450. Ni biasanya dia akan ambil ni sebab dia punya payment channel paling complete dan juga rate dia affordable. Okay, transaction fees ni di mana kita charge 2.5% untuk credit card dan credit card dan debit card. Manakala FPX dan e-wallet tu kita charge 1.5%. Maknanya macam gini, kalau barang you RM10 you jual, so kita akan settle kepada you RM10 tolak 1.5 misalnya, kalau orang tu bayar pakai e-wallet. So dua benda je kita charge. Okay, sempena dengan MDEC punya Go-eCommerce onboarding ni, so kita menawarkan registration untuk sign up SenangPay free bagi akaun 300 dan 400 advance tadi. So you boleh cuba, tak payah keluar duit untuk integrate dengan SenangPay buat masa ini. So kita ada limited seat. Asalnya kita ada 3,246, sekarang ni sign up saya rasa dah 1,000 lebih dah. Maknanya almost separuh dah nak habis. So kalau you ada online store dan you nak digitalkan you punya business, so cepat-cepatlah sign up SenangPay supaya orang kata boleh digitalkan perniagaan tu secara segera lah, boleh accept payment daripada pembeli you. So untuk dapatkan offer ni boleh scan QR code tu dan terus buat sign up. Alright, saya rasa itu saja. Alright.
Alright, thank you so much for that sharing. I think that's a very insightful one. And we're going to move on now to Q&A session with Mansoor. So, alright, so we have a few questions. I'm going to start the first one coming in from Shah. So Shah would like to know, how popular is BNPL in Malaysia, buy now, pay later?
Well, yeah, BNPL is a new form of acceptance of payment in Malaysia. So it is getting popular, because the card holder or the account holder, they have an opportunity to structure their mode of payment. So it is, yes, I have to say, it is getting popular. And we are in the midst of negotiating with a few BNPL to be incorporated in one of our payment channel. By the way, in fact, in SenangPay, we also offer recurring payment. It's similar to BNPL, only that we charge the card holder or the account holder on a monthly basis. So that means it is good if you are a service provider. For example, if you have a gym where you charge every month, so you can subscribe to our recurring package where we will charge your customer on a monthly basis and send you the report of the transaction, either it's successful or not.
All right, so I guess it is getting popularity, but there is other options available for sellers, in a way to also offer similar like BNPL service, like you say, the recurring payment option.
Recurring option, yeah.
All right, great. Okay, so that's for Shah. All right, next question coming in from Linda. How long do you settle your payment to business owners?
Okay, like I explained on the slide, we pay our merchant every Wednesday and Friday. So you should get your payment as fast as T plus 3 days, transaction plus 3 days, or as late as transaction plus 5 days. Between T plus 3 or T plus 5. But of course, we also provide special circumstances for those high transaction merchants where we can pay between T plus 1 to T plus 2 days. So, but of course, this is on a selective basis, and we look at your transactions. We have customers where their transactions in a month are more than R1 million. So of course, they need the cash flow, to render their services, send their items. So we settle them T+1 days or T+2 days, the next days. So it depends on your volume, on your transactions, you know.
So for standard, you have settlement every Wednesday and Friday. So katakan
Friday,
I buat
yeah.
transaksi hari Ahad. So likely I will get my, let's say the transaction was done on Sunday. So I will get it on Wednesday?
Sabtu, Ahad, Isnin, Rabu, if I'm not mistaken. Then we pay on Friday.
All right.
And then Khamis, Jumaat, Sabtu, like that. We pay on Wednesday. So if the transaction happens on Sunday, you will get on Wednesday. So that's why I say it's either T+3 or latest by T+5.
All right. Okay, so that's for Linda. So coming in the next question here. Are there any laws in Malaysia? I think you did cover on the consumer side, but are there any laws to protect seller from the payment scams? Where can the seller file complaints in this case?
It means I assume in this case the buyer is actually scam the sellers, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the buyers scams. Okay, like in the card business, normally the banks or the card schemes, they protect the consumers, meaning the card holders. All right. So in this case, the card holder are well protected. For as the buyers, I guess you have go to a tribunal or Malaysian tribunal, or probably you have to lodge a report to the police and let the police cybercrime unit investigate your complaints.
Right. Okay. So that's the
That
tips
is
for all the sellers
That is why,
out there.
like I said, you have to submit to any payment gateway channel in Malaysia where they can give you an analytic. They will share you the transaction pattern, the fraud pattern, where you can identify every transaction, whether you want to accept this transaction or accept this payment or not. The choice is up to you as a seller.
Right. Okay. So next, let's see. Okay, there's a question coming in from Ghazali, and I think this was also covered in your earlier presentation. Maybe for the benefit of viewers, maybe you could just repeat that. Apa offer SenangPay sekarang ada untuk para peniaga?
Ya, sekarang yang paling best lah. We offer free. Okay, for the MDEC and Belanjawan Penjana campaign, we offer free sign up until end of this year for 3,200 merchants. So now my last check is balance is about 1,500 slots available. So it's free sign up for 1 year. Guys, take this offer, ambil lah peluang ni kan to try and really online your business.
So ini adalah case siapa cepat dia dapat tinggal 1,500 slot saja tu. The offer cannot get any better than this. Free already, apa lagi nak kan? So must take this opportunity, sign up. All right. Make sure you're one of the 1,500 balance. Okay. So let's see what other question. Okay. Julie has a question coming in for you. Process KYC as in know your customer by SenangPay senang tak?
Okay, let me explain to. I think it has been explained on the slide. Sebenarnya KYC know your customer is actually for the banks. Like I said, that is why the advantage of you applying a payment gateway. That is why in the earlier slide we explained that kalau you ada payment gateway, you have been recognized regulatories. So the KYC is done by the banks. For us, our KYC is that we want to ensure that you are actually existed, you are a genuine seller. So kita nak you punya SSM, kita nak tengok you punya web page kalau ada, paling minimal pun we need to see your Facebook page because we want to see that you ni betul-betul berniaga online. Kita tak nak you apply tapi Facebook page pun tak ada, apa pun tak ada. So how you know you are an online seller or not? Kan benda-benda tu kita tengok lah. Of course SSM is regulatory by the SSM. And then we need to see your bank statements so that we know that you already have a relationship with the banks. Okay? But the bank also akan check, dia check very basic lah, very basic. We call it a credit checking lah. They check your CTOS, that kind of thing aja. Kan? So bila bank kata okay, then we will approve and give the account to you.
Alright, so I would like to say that with SenangPay, I mean of course there's still process you need to go through, but suffice to say, quite senang lah. Alright? Okay.
Quite senang lah, very senang. Yeah.
Okay, next question coming in from nama ni susah nak pronounce sikit. Celia Adeline. All right. I hope I get your name right. Huh?
Nice name.
Kalia Adeline. All right. So I have a question. I have Touch and Go. I would think he would perhaps referring to e-wallet, Touch and Go e-wallet. May I know what's the difference of payment gateway? Not too sure what the question trying to ask.
I know.
Difference between
I
TNG
understand.
and payment gateway. Okay. Difference between Touch and Go and payment gateway.
Okay. Well, Touch and Go is a wallet provider. All right. So payment gateway, we are the bigger picture. We have all the wallets in one place. So if you have Touch and Go, let's say if you accept Touch and Go, you have a relationship with Touch and Go. Then you paste the Touch and Go emblem or logo in your website on your page. So you only have Touch and Go. But with SenangPay, you have all the wallets. You have Touch and Go, you have Grab, you have Boost, and on top of that, you have credit cards and internet banking. That means Touch and Go is just a small component of the bigger payment channel. So the difference between Touch and Go payment gateway is that we are the bigger picture. We covers everything.
Right. I mean, in a similar macam aggregator lah kan. I mean, for example, if I want to go to a hotel, I go and book Hilton. Instead of, let's say, I go to Agoda, then I get all the other hotels available. In a similar fashion, you enable sellers to accept more than just Touch and Go. In this case, you can accept Grab, you can accept credit card, yeah?
Yes, exactly.
All right. Oh, there is another question, subsequent question from Adeline as well. What about PayPal? Do you accept PayPal?
No, we don't accept PayPal, but we accept Stripe. So let me just give a brief example, difference between Stripe, PayPal, and payment gateway. Okay, PayPal and Stripe, they are both acquirers. Okay, if an acquirer, meaning they are at the same level as the banks in Malaysia. They accept MasterCard, Visa, but they don't accept FTX. So, but the advantage of Stripe, which we have, is actually you can sell your item in foreign currencies. You can receive the money in foreign currency, meaning let's say if you want to sell in US dollars, or you want to sell in Singapore dollars or Indonesian rupiah and so on. That's the advantage of a Stripe payment gateway. But having said that, even if you don't subscribe to Stripe or PayPal, is that you can always publish in your website the amount in RM, because the cardholder, let's say if your customers are from overseas, the cardholder will still be billed by their whatever currencies in the place where they stay. Kan itu je beza dia. Basically they are the same. PayPal, Stripe, payment gateway sama. They accept MasterCard and Visa credit card, but they don't accept our local FPX.
All right. Okay, thanks, Mansoor. Let's see, what else do we have? Okay. All right, there's another question coming in from Ghazali. If I sign up for SenangPay under the Belanjawan, how will SenangPay help my business grow? I currently own a hardware shop.
Okay, like I explained earlier, actually, if you don't have payment gateway, you also can do your online business. You can always accept internet transfer. People can go to the bank, go to the CDM and put their monies. But the payment gateway is the brand. It is the brand where you can give kepercayaan, trusted to your customers. So when your customers saw, hey, this accept MasterCard, accept Visa card, wow, kan? Because MasterCard and Visa card punya stickers you can only found in KLCC. But now your hardware shop, a small shop, also accept MasterCard and Visa. So there is some sort of recognition that probably you can convince your customers. And please bear in mind, in Malaysia, data statistics have shown that credit card users, they always spend higher. They are the most. They are the one who has the big bucks. They are the top spenders. And even if they don't even if they don't really spend, some of them are really have to use their cards out of necessity. Mungkin duit tak ada. Alamak, gaji tak dapat. Pakailah kad dulu. You know, that is the market that every online sellers kena take advantage, ambil kesempatan. Credit card holder banyak di Malaysia. I think it's more than 10 million last time I count. More than 10 million credit card holder in Malaysia. So 10 million you kali lah, kalau credit limit minimum 5,000, 10 million times 5,000. So there are about 500 million punya credit user in Malaysia. And itu
Alright.
tak masuk yang overseas lagi lah.
Okay, so that's for you, Ghazali. I mean, you can, of course, run an online business without payment gateway, but I think it's to create that reputation, you know, that confidence when somebody comes to your website and purchase from you, having that acceptance of taking credit card payment and all that, you know, makes consumer more confident lah nak beli dari you kan. All right, so I think we have perhaps 2 more questions coming in from Hassan.
Sure.
Okay. Can I use SenangPay and send a link via WhatsApp or FB Messenger to collect payment?
Of course you can. That is why, we are the first one that started this. Back in 2015, I'm an active Facebook user. All right, I love to shop online. But back in 2015 or 2014, 2013, like that, when I want to shop online, I noticed that every time, hey, why I must direct transfer to you? Because I'm a credit card user, so that is why we create a thing, we call it a payment form. Those payment form, as I explained in the slide, takes not more than 3 minutes for you to prepare. You copy and paste it to your WhatsApp, to your emails, Messenger, Instagram, and so on. Just paste it. Your customers receive it, they click on it, and they straight away make payment. So it's as easy as that. So that is why I say in my slides, we explain that you don't need to have a programmer. You don't need to learn how to do coding. What you need is just a basic copy and paste and an internet to help you sell online.
Right.
It's very simple.
In fact, this will be really beneficial for one of our viewers for earlier session. I think she was saying that she's doing a lot of contractor business, you know, interior design,
yes,
you know,
like
variable
said,
prices.
Absolutely correct.
Yeah, I think this will be an excellent thing for her to also
Exactly,
consider.
yes.
Yeah. All right, so we'll come to our final question now. Also coming from Hassan. What about for live streamers? Can we use SenangPay to accept payment during the live session?
Yeah, you can utilize our QR code. Okay, when you make your payment form, the payment form itself comes together with the QR code. So instead of, for example, let's say like now I'm doing live, so you know, sometimes the slide must have changed when they miss out the link. When they saw the QR code, just flash it on the customer's phone, immediately show our payment form with the price and everything. They just click and they straight away pay.
Right.
Simple, senang, isn't it?
Memang. I mean, you know, I was just saying this during the opening this morning. No excuse of people don't know what is QR code lah.
You're right.
Musim
No excuse,
PKP sekarang ni tak ada orang yang tak tahu QR code. You nampak je scan. Nampak je scan. So I think with that,
now we must jatuh and not everybody knows QR code. Exactly, Calvin. You are absolutely right. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, Manso, for your sharing, and thank you to everyone who have participated in the Q&A session. Thanks, Manso.
Thank you, Kelvin. Again, we are like to thank MDAC and yourself for having me, and thank you again. Say hi to Carol. Carol has been a lot of help to me. Even MDAC has been a lot of help to SenangPay. We at SenangPay really wish our success to MDAC and Carol and yourself. Thank you very much for having us.
Carol tengah gelak dekat tepi tu. All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you, Manso, for sharing. And if you would like to know more about SenangPay's offer, now, again, we were just talking about this QR code, kan? So please scan the QR code on the right and fill in your contact details. SenangPay will then get in touch with you with further information. So next is our last session for today, and we'll be hearing from Ms. Alia Alsagov, Director of Business Development from Droppy, who will be sharing about the need for resilience, scaling your e-commerce business in the B2B space. So let's take a short break and see you guys again at 5 p.m.
Saya dari kecil dah nampak usaha ayah bangunkan brand ni. Bukan mudah nak bangunkan satu jenama sehingga ke tahap sekarang. Sebab tu bagi saya perlu teruskan usaha ni. Macam sekarang online, dia banyak tau. Dia tak akan habis kat situ. Dia akan lagi more baru. So, I pergi kelas, saya pergi belajar sendiri macam mana nak guna online ni untuk create sale. Kita tak perlu modal yang besar. Zalora, dia banyak guide untuk buat marketing. Okey, macam mana untuk nak tarik crowd. Macam mana you nak bagi more sales dekat Zalora. Dia ada crowd dia sendiri. Dari situ kita dapat new customer semua tu kan daripada platform berbeza lah. Ya, Alhamdulillah pada 2019 kita dapat top seller dekat Zalora. Dengan online platform, kita dapat memulakan legasi perniagaan kita sendiri.
Because I'm a single mother, so I need some time to babysit my children. So this is the way for me to earn the income. So Gadget Velocity is an online store in Shopee. So we start join on June. Our store have sold like gadget accessory and smartphone and the laptop also and others else. So I have been working in the gadget store since I graduated from my college. I started as a part-timer. Then I generate my interest in this industry since I love gadget more than beauty. So we start our business by posting on Marketplace after recognize the e-commerce business opportunity. And this is how we start the Gadget Velocity. So beside the fast response and after sales service, we also look into fast parcel fulfillment, which is like providing proper packaging to our customer. Like we use the bubble wrap, the double layer bubble wrap to ensure the item was safe. And last, we also help our buyer to follow up their parcel also. Overall, we are satisfied with the experience in Shopee because the platform is user-friendly, easy to master also. Indeed, the MSME campaign and Shopee, they help us a lot also. So Shopee were giving out store vouchers, free advertising credit, free participation in free shipping, and also the coin cashback program in this campaign. So Shopee's integrated logistics help us lower down the operating cost because handling logistics on our own is more expensive. So we are thrilled with the result after joining this Pancana campaign. We managed to generate a 70,000 ringgit sales in first month we joined, which is June. So, and our sales was double up in the month of July after joining the campaign. In the month of August, we achieved 400,000 ringgit in sales, which is about 5 times higher than we first time joined in Shopee. My advice to the new seller is there is no shortcut and no secret for success. Being genuine, ensure all our product quality and the customer engagement is the key. Sellers should also take the effort to explore and leverage on Shopee's initiative such as free Shopee University classes to learn how to sell on Shopee. My name is Poi. I'm the online manager of Gadget Velocity.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera and a very good day to everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with immense pride and pleasure that I welcome you to the Go-eCommerce Expo 2021. What we have for you is a 4-day series of virtual conferences to fully support and assist you with the onboarding journey towards e-commerce, and I can't wait for you to experience it. This event is also in line with the Belanjawan 2021 e-commerce initiative that was launched in July 2021, which aims to provide support to Malaysian micro and SMEs to onboard onto e-commerce and e-payment platforms to enhance their sales capability in e-commerce and help boost their sales. MDEC is committed to its resolve to equip and enable Malaysian businesses to navigate and thrive through these business unusual times. With strong support from the government, we aim to further catalyze the growth of e-commerce in Malaysia in line with the goals of the Malaysia Digital Economy Blueprint and our vision at MDEC to enable a progressive digital nation, advance an inclusive digital economy, and digital sovereignty. With that, I thank you all for being here, and I look forward to the enlightenment and insights that you will find in the coming week. With that, I thank you and stay safe.
Hi everyone and welcome back to Go-eCommerce Expo 2021, organized by Ministry of Communications and Multimedia Malaysia and Malaysia Digital Economy Corporation MDEC. Go-eCommerce Expo is a 4-day online event that is aimed to encourage local businesses to adopt e-commerce by leveraging on the Belanjawan 2021 e-commerce initiative with assistance from participating partners. So once again, as a reminder to all our viewers, you are encouraged to ask questions throughout the webinar, as we'll be having a Q&A session at the end of each session. For audience at the webinar platform or YouTube, you may ask your question in the chat section. Meanwhile, for our viewers, if you're watching via Facebook Live, you may type your questions in the comment section. Earlier, we had Mr. Mansoor from SenangPay sharing to us on how to remove payment complexity for online business entrepreneur. And right now, we're going to begin our last session for today, entitled The Need for Resilience, Scaling Your E-Commerce Business in the B2B Space. Please help me to welcome Alia Elsagov, Director of Business Development from Droppy. Hi Alia, how are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
All right,
and yourself?
Thank you so much for joining us. All right, so in 2019, Alia won first place in the Pitch at Selangor Startup Pitching Competition. Since 2018, Alia and her team has grown Droppy's user base from several hundred to tens of thousands and achieved a 300% year-on-year growth rate, leading to Droppy's acceptance into the Y Combinator Startup Accelerator in 2020. So we'll speak to Alia again during our Q&A session later. So ladies and gentlemen, remember to send in all your questions. So Droppy has prepared us an exclusive presentation only for you guys, our Go-eCommerce Expo viewers. So let us begin our last session today with the special presentation from Droppy.
Hello everyone, welcome. I'm Alia, the Director of Business Development at Droppy, and I want to take the time to say a big thank you to each and every one of you for joining us in our webinar today. Today, I'll be walking you through some of the key learnings and ideas that we've developed at Droppy, specifically surrounding the topic of the need for resilience, scaling your e-commerce business in the B2B space. For B2B owners, there's a belief that listing your products on marketplaces alone is enough, and maybe supporting it with a social media post or two. This belief stems from the numbers game. The more eyeballs you have and the more traffic you get, naturally it means that there's more transactions you're likely to receive, right? Well, guess what? That's just not entirely true. Traffic alone doesn't guarantee you sales transactions, especially when it comes to a B2B setting. Don't get us wrong, marketplaces are great platforms to put your brand out there, B2B or not. But it's just not a single magic pill. While word of mouth is powerful, scaling your business in the B2B world requires a lot more than that. You need automation and processes that align with what your business customers are expecting today. After all, you do need to meet customer expectations, especially in the fast-paced environment of e-commerce. What about changing trends, industrial shifts? If anything, this pandemic is the biggest wake-up call for business owners like you and me. Anything can happen, and we need business resiliency to thrive, and the right e-commerce platform. Just how does Droppy know that? You might be wondering. Because Droppy is an SME, just like you. we're born and bred, homegrown Malaysian company. And just like you, we started with the very people that we're still serving to this very day. Our mom and pop stores, our distributors, manufacturers, wholesalers. But to understand why Droppy exists, we'll have to go back to our origins, our brand story. Before Droppy became what it is today, our co-founders wanted to operate an F&B business, selling good quality, tasty, halal fried chicken to customers. But they soon realized that getting access to the right sellers that sold halal certified chicken, the right product, at the right prices, and from suppliers that could handle deliveries at the right times, because in F&B everything needs to be fresh, and to meet the criteria that this supplier shall never run out of stocks, especially when you need it the most, was an incredibly difficult and time-consuming task. There were also so many other aspects of running a business that our co-founders had to worry about, beyond just sourcing, just like you guys. So they decided to interview a bunch of small business owners to see if there were others like us that faced similar challenges. And true enough, we found that a whole community of mom and pop stores were singing the same tune, which ultimately led to the development of the Droppy platform that allows now all SMEs to place orders from multiple sellers at wholesale prices, to track payments and fulfillment order statuses in real time, and all from one single platform. Thus, finally, Droppy was born. But that was just the beginning though, because right after its launch, we bumped into yet another problem. While customers started seeing good sales traction on our platform, we soon realized that a marketplace alone is not enough to scale and grow business. On top of that, we also found key elements like automation, personalized pricing in the B2B space. We have so many different customers, so many different historical relationships between buyers and sellers, which then warrants different customized pricing levels and tiers, customized catalogs. These were all missing from the bigger picture when it comes to building and supporting resiliency in our B2B market and thrive. I'll explain about these problems in a little bit more detail shortly. So what did we do? Droppy ended up working with our earliest customers to develop our newest platform called Droppy Direct, a self-branded, customizable e-commerce platform for any SME to scale and grow with ease by managing your own internal business operations processes online in one single platform. How exactly do we help SMEs? Well, before we jump into that, let's look at how Droppy has grown thus far. We've worked with these companies. We've grown tremendously to now serve over 80,000 businesses on our platform. Our gross transaction volume since the start of the year has grown to more than 100 million ringgit. And we've also been extremely fortunate to be only the second Malaysian startup company that has now been accepted into the prestigious Y Combinator Accelerator and Investment Program. Our mission is to help local independent retailers find their best suppliers by matching them with the right sellers and brands. So, what is Droppy? We help manufacturers, distributors, and wholesalers distribute their products via our e-commerce platform. We help retailers, small businesses, and bulk buyers purchase products to be sold in their brick and mortar stores, offline to online, and online back to offline again, known as O2O. We believe that today's evolution of the wholesale industry has stifled the growth of many businesses. The supply chain in Malaysia and across Southeast Asia lacks meaningful, real-time connectivity between suppliers and retailers. Hence, we are determined to transform this industry by providing businesses with the right tools to grow. Our modern digital approach to the wholesale industry allows retailers to discover, purchase, and manage inventories for their store, all from a single marketplace technology platform. And our software tools for suppliers help businesses deal with all the pain points of a growing customer base, from ordering to payments to fulfillment and many more. Using a data-driven approach, we connect local independent retailers with the right brands, distributors, and wholesalers to stock their store with the best products on time, every time. This saves retailers and suppliers time and money, thus allowing them to free themselves from the daily mess of running a business to focusing on what's the most important: building and scaling their business, pandemic or no pandemic. Now that you have a better idea of what Droppy does, how and where exactly do we help to add business resiliency? How do we help businesses navigate in the B2B space? To answer this, we first need to look into the prevalence of e-commerce in B2B. Before COVID-19 hit our shores, there was already a growing need for digitization, but the pandemic just sped things up. It revealed cracks in the industry, leaving business owners with no choice but to adapt. And if there's anything the pandemic taught us, it's that going digital is no longer a choice. Countries who had seemingly recovered from COVID-19 are now seeing a resurgence in cases, which means this pandemic is here to stay for the long haul, unfortunately. But what does this mean for businesses like you and me? Well, we first need to redefine what B2B is. You need to remember one thing. Everyone in the B2B business is also an individual, just like you and me. You are not selling to a kedai runcit or a sundry store or a restaurant. You're selling to people just like you and me, and that person happens to operate those businesses that I just shared. And to build resilience, people like you and me have to learn to navigate and steer this ship of our businesses safely. And this includes looking beyond just the numbers game and start thinking ahead and building long-term business relationships. Let's take a look at this chart, adapted from a McKinsey report. Here, it states that organizations are struggling to keep up with rising customer expectations. As you can see, 90% of customers expect organizations to have transitioned to more remote sales, more self-service models, and 60% of customers find it more effective than traditional sales. But if you take a look at the chart below, you'd see that most organizations have little focus on the customer, only 18%. 13% actually deliver digital solutions, and only 10% offer self-service tools. That's a wide gap between what is actually in the market versus the customer's expectations. Remember the 3 issues that I brought up earlier? Until today, Malaysian B2B owners are still facing these issues today. So how do we go about it? And where do we go from here? I'm about to show you. If you can recall, we've built Droppy Direct with these 3 core issues in mind. For the first problem, sales representatives would know this all too well, as chasing payments and chasing orders is their day-to-day responsibility. If you have 1 or 2 clients, that's maybe still manageable without having a singular platform. But as you scale and as you start having a lot more clients, it starts to get really messy, especially if you're still using pen and paper or digital tools which are not really fully digital or automated. To get 10 clients to pay, you have to call them up individually. And it doesn't stop there. You still have to follow up, you have to run checks client by client. That costs you more in the long run. And there's also the issue of credit management. And without automation, you have to manually monitor your customer's scorecard. On Droppy Direct, you can eliminate this completely. On your dashboard, you can have a full overview of your orders, segmented by the different order statuses, such as processed today, confirmed, new orders, and so on. With this overview, everything is segmented for you. You'll know the progress of each order and which ones to take action on. In this case, if your sales representative needs to follow up with a payment, they can easily find it on the dashboard and follow up with the customers accordingly, with a single click of a button. No more filing through messy paperwork and hunting for a number. Everything is easily organized for you, including automated reminders for payments due. On Droppy Direct, you can also manage your retailers easily, all from one single platform. Simply head over to the Retailers tab and you can edit, deactivate, or even place an order for the retailer. This means that your sales reps can go on this platform and help to make orders on behalf of all your clients, whether it's through online or even a face-to-face interaction. Now, we're going to move on to the next problem, and this is the tough one. As you know, most marketplaces offer standardized pricing, which is great for B2C players, but B2B is heavy on relationship building, which means you need to have access to features such as customized pricing, customized sales catalogs, and customized product listings for the different sets of customers that you serve. Customer A may receive one set of pricing, whilst you promise customer B a different set of pricing. In this case, you can create multiple and differentiated catalogs and send them to the different customers. Or better yet, just have them log in and view the right prices that's dedicated just for them. No longer will you need to worry about potential competitors undercutting your prices or having customer A come back to you and say, "Hey, I found out that you're giving customer C a better price than me." Using Droppy Direct, every customer will see the prices at which you have set only for them to see. And that's the beauty of it. On Droppy Direct, you can create customized catalogs and tiered pricing for your customers. In other words, you can set customized settings for each customer group on how they should be interacting with your products and what prices they should be seeing. For example, if you want a specific product to only appear for one specific customer, all you need to do is go to the Special Retailers function, and from here, you'll be able to create different customer groups, product settings, and enable the right people to see different prices and products that's specifically tailored for their needs. Lastly, the most important bit, tracking your sales performance. This is traditionally done by most businesses, but it's a highly manual and sometimes you're dealt with either incomplete data or a huge lag time from the time your sales reps collect the information to passing on this information to someone manually stringing along all this data together to make sense of it. Sales data extends more than just getting feedback. It's also about knowing which of your products are bestsellers, which are not, what your customers are searching for, and what your customers are adding and checking out from their cart. On Droppy Direct, you can track everything all on one platform. Sales data extends more than just getting feedback from your customers. It's also about knowing which of your products are the ultimate bestsellers and which are not. what your customers are searching for, and what your customers are adding to their carts. On Droppy Direct, you get all these things and more on one platform. On the dashboard, you can have a quick overview of your sales performance. You can see your total orders, sales, and customers of the week, as well as sales trends and who your best customers are. If you head over to the e-commerce tab, you can also view search logs. That is what shows you what your customers are searching for on your platform. You can also see cart items. What are the items that your customers are adding to their cart and whether they're checking out or abandoning them. This gives you enough information to not only stock up on the right products, but also makes following up on specific customers who are not yet checking out that much easier for you. So why set up a B2B e-commerce store with Droppy? We know it is very important to preserve and grow your existing business relationships. So why not do that with a platform that understands that goal and wants to root for your success in alignment of that goal? Using Droppy Direct, I've mentioned that you can enable personalized sales catalogs and personalized pricing for every single user and user segment. You can also streamline your order management from automating every single transaction paperwork, purchase orders, invoices, receipts, credit notes, delivery orders, and the list goes on. No more manual paperwork. If you lose this paperwork, and you can just log in, download a new one, print it out. If you lose it, do it again. That's the beauty of having all your data stored in the cloud. Payment collection becomes so easy because you can view all your orders by the different statuses, which ones are paid, which ones are not paid, which ones have been delivered and fulfilled, which ones are still pending delivery. It makes actionable steps so much easier because you know what to do based on the data that's literally telling you what to do next. Also, Droppy has recently partnered with a lot of financial institutions and partners in Malaysia, and we also have access to Droppy credits. As sellers, you no longer have to worry about understanding your customers, especially when they're new. They're untested, they've never purchased from you before, but they're coming to you and asking for 15 days, 30 days, 60 days credit terms. But you might not be comfortable with doing that because there is a certain element of default risk. And coupling that with the pandemic, sometimes cash flow is also difficult for you as a seller. But now, with Droppy credits, you no longer have to worry about that. Your customers can come onto the platform, apply for Droppy credits, submit a few company documents and financial statements, and within 1 to 3 days, Droppy will approve their Droppy credits application, and they can start purchasing from sellers like you on our Droppy marketplace platform. What happens then is you will receive an order like usual. You'll proceed to fulfill and deliver that order to the customer like usual. Droppy pays you for the order. So instead of the customer paying you, Droppy will pay you. And now it is the onus and responsibility of Droppy to follow up with the customer for payment. Customers now with Droppy credit will be able to enjoy between 30 up to 60 days of credit payment, which means they have 60 days of extended payment terms from Droppy thanks to Droppy credits, and no risk for you as a seller because Droppy has made payment for that order upfront. So that's another thing that helps Droppy stand out from our competitors. And lastly, we have a full CRM database that allows you to track every single customer, view their purchasing and ordering behavior, and understand what kind of products and stocks should your e-commerce store carry, how long it takes for your sales reps to contact and close a particular order, and from receiving an order, how long does it take for your customers to make payment, or how long it takes for your fulfillment team to actually complete the delivery for orders. All this will be able to be tracked on one single platform with Droppy. So now, we have even more great news for everyone in this webinar. Thanks to the MBank Go-eCommerce campaign, all sellers will now get access to an amazing deal for our Droppy Direct Basic annual subscription. First off, you no longer have to pay the full 12 months worth of our subscription. You get immediately 4 months free on our 12-month Droppy Direct Basic plan. For your first sales campaign and promotion that you run on your Droppy platform, Droppy will subsidize 400 ringgit for every single customer that purchases your products. And last but not least, we are waiving all payment gateway fees up to your first 10,000 ringgit worth of transactions on our platform. What's not to love? So don't hesitate anymore and come and take advantage of this amazing deal that we have in store for you. Bring your business online with Droppy today. Now that you've got a clear action plan, it's time to go digital. We provide Droppy Direct as an e-commerce platform to bring your business online and boost sales. You can sell online, track orders, manage your inventory, all in real time. You have complete control, but we'll also help you navigate any challenges you may face at every step of the way. So send us a message now to request for a demo or scan that QR code on your screen and come and talk to us. Thank you so much for your time.
All right, Alia, that's a very interesting sharing. In fact, I think it's very different from all that we have heard earlier today. So I think it's very beneficial for our viewers. So we're going to begin our Q&A session now, and we do have some questions coming in. I'm going to take up the first one. This is coming from Leo. So Leo would like to know, what is the average transaction size on Droppy?
That's a great question, and very happy to hear that it's quite different from the other presentations today. The average basket size in Droppy, actually, it depends. It differs based on the kind of business that's purchasing. We currently service different kind of industries, from F&B business owners who may be purchasing more frequently because they need fresh items for everyday cooking. So you'll see they purchase in smaller quantities, maybe 3 to 4 times a week because they need it to be fresh. Whereas you might see say a wholesaler or a bigger convenience store, they might purchase only once every week or up to once every 2 weeks. But for them, their basket size is slightly bigger. So on average, the size differs. It can be as small as 200 ringgit, it can be as big as 1,000 ringgit, and some really big wholesalers and chains, they can go up in the tens of thousands kind of purchase size.
Right, okay, that's interesting. So very much depending on the type of businesses that's buying from the platform.
That's right.
And Leo has a follow-up question on that. Is there a particular company size that can join Droppy?
Okay, so that question is a little bit open-ended because Droppy is a marketplace. Well, we have a marketplace, and if you're asking who can join as a buyer, any business owner can purchase anything. You don't even need to have an SSM registration. As long as you're a Malaysian entity, you may be a micro SME business owner, you can create a free buying account. We call it a buyer account on Droppy. Go to www.droppy.com, register as a buyer, create that free account, and you can immediately start purchasing and searching for the right products. If you wanted to join Droppy Marketplace as a seller, same thing as well. We don't discriminate as long as you are a registered business with SSM, or if you don't have an SSM registration, as long as you have a Malaysian IC number and you want to list your products on Droppy Marketplace, you can already reach out to us and register as a seller. You go to droppy.com, there's a register as seller button. Fill out that form and my team will come and help you. For us, the restrictions are more on certain items that are considered illegal to be sold in Malaysia or illegal to be sold on e-commerce platforms. As long as the products that you're listing are nowhere in those categories, you're free to come and join Droppy Marketplace.
Right, so that goes for, I believe that question came from Leo. So whether or not you have a SSM, you could register as a buyer or even a seller in this case on Droppy. Okay, let's see. Next question coming in from Muhammad Shukri. Can I use Droppy platform to sell as B2C to my customers?
You can, but I would say if you're interested to penetrate more consumer-related business, you might find more success using your own e-commerce platform where we call it Droppy Direct. So how we advise businesses to take advantage of marketplaces, like Droppy Marketplace is purely B2B. I'm not saying you can't sell to consumers, you can, but chances of you getting a consumer sale is probably a bit low because the people buying on Droppy Marketplace are predominantly business owners. So in this case, I would advise you to subscribe through this Go-eCommerce Expo benefits. We're giving up to 4 months free for our Droppy Direct platform. We'll teach you how to set up your own e-commerce store. We'll still teach you to list on marketplaces like Droppy. We'll give you advice on listing on other marketplaces that are more consumer-centric as well. But the goal here is to, every time you get a new customer on these platforms, in these marketplaces, invite them into your own custom e-commerce platform. Why this is important? Because when you own your own e-commerce platform versus a marketplace, on a marketplace, chances are there's going to be many, many different sellers, maybe selling the exact same product or similar competing products. But when you get a buyer from a marketplace and you invite them to purchase their future items on your own private e-commerce platform, there is no more competitor because it's just you. And you will have the added benefit of tailoring the different kind of prices for different market segments if you were to do it in your own e-commerce platform, because you control the entire thing. Whereas if you go to a marketplace, you will probably have to follow the marketplace's rules, and then you have to pay additional commission and so on. So that will be like the pros and cons of both. And I hope this helps you, Encik Shukri.
Yeah, so I guess for Shukri, I guess the best thing for you to do is take up the offer that we have at the moment by Droppy and take up the Droppy Direct, and then kind of use that primarily for your B2C, while at the same time, you can explore to B2B as well if your product, I guess, is suitable for to be sold to businesses. I guess that's where Droppy will kind of stand out from the rest of the marketplaces, I believe.
That's right.
All right, great. So next, Alia, we have a question coming from Angeline. Will I know who are my customers at the Droppy dashboard, i.e. things like their gender, their age, for example?
Okay, very good question. At the moment on Droppy Marketplace, we don't capture information such as gender, but we do capture basic information like their names, their contact details, so your phone number, email, things that will help you re-engage and retarget them for future advertising again, right? We don't hide customer details because we feel it doesn't matter whether you're on Droppy Marketplace or on using Droppy Direct. We feel that you should be the custodian of your own customer data because our goal as a platform is to help you sell more and transact easily between yourself as a seller and all your customers. But when you start utilizing the Droppy Direct platform, that's where we can start to do a little bit more customizing for you. If you wanted to go beyond the standard fields, that we collect for every customer, you want something deeper, like you want gender, you want birthdays, you want something more than that, that's where we can start customizing for you because you are the owner of that platform.
Right, okay. So there you go, Angeline. Next. Okay, there's a question coming in from Male. Droppy does look like an e-procurement system. So is there any difference in this case?
That's a very good question, actually. In terms of where Droppy stands, are we buyer-focused, that means purchasing or procurement-focused, are we seller-focused? I would say for Droppy Marketplace, we help support both parties, whether you are purchasing or whether you are selling. Whereas for Droppy Direct, because it is a customizable, it is off-the-shelf solution, but it's also customizable. We have actually rolled and deployed this technology out for both sides, meaning for sellers, for brand owners, manufacturers, and distributors who want to maybe monitor and improve their sales performance regionally or even within Malaysia. They want to be able to see, hey, how's my distributor in Northern doing versus my Central and Southern, right? I want to see who's doing good, because the ones who are doing well, I want to reward them. The one that's not doing so well, maybe I can start pairing my high-performing distributors with my lower-performing and get them to knowledge share or knowledge transfer. And then I can also decide, okay, I've given you so much chance already, you're still not performing. Maybe I should award another distributor to come into this area. So that's something you get because you can see the data on Droppy Direct. We have also deployed for companies like Petronas, for example, is actually a good case study. They came to us as a company with many different entities, right? Imagine if you own multiple branches or outlets or offices and everyone is buying and claiming in small quantities for stationeries or even office supplies. You are actually losing out on a lot of opportunities to consolidate your purchases and get huge cost savings by buying in bulk. So that's where we came in. We gave them a platform to, number one, shorten the cycle for buying. You know, you have to get at least, like if you're in a big company, you need to source for 3 local vendors at least before you can get approval to proceed with one, because you want to be transparent. That whole process, end to end, getting the approvals, getting the vendors. Sometimes you get the vendor already, the vendor tell you, sorry, I got no more stock because you took too long to approve me. So all this was a huge headache for their procurement team. And there's a lot of leakages throughout the supply chain because everyone's just buying from everywhere and it's not in one place. We deployed Droppy Direct as an e-procurement tool for them. So I have a supply chain sales enablement platform, but I can also deploy it for procurement teams. And that has actually not only shortened the time, especially time, but also the cost, because now you want to buy mineral water, for example, you just search mineral water, boom, all the vendors in the platform that have mineral water and prices, you can already compare. You can view where are these sellers from. If I needed to maybe support sellers in a particular geographic area, I can just filter out, okay, I want to only buy from Sarawak or Sabah, for example, and then I immediately will see my sales catalog change. Okay, this is only Sabah related. So yes, to answer your question, we can do projects for e-procurement related parties, but we also do e-commerce or sales enablement for sales teams. So both sides of the market, we're happy to serve.
Well, I guess to Mali, I think it is, of course, the e-procurement system within Droppy, but I think it's a lot more than that. There's a marketplace element to it that kind of makes the whole thing a lot easier. It makes sense for it to be all, I mean, at least when I was listening to your explanation earlier, I think it makes sense for everything to be like in a single place. If I'm doing the procurement myself, I think that would greatly help my life.
Yeah, and as a company, you start getting a lot more better deals from your sellers too, because instead of buying one here, one carton there, one carton now, I'm coming to you as a brand and saying, hey, I want to buy 100 cartons, and every month I want to buy up to 500 cartons. Give me your best price.
Correct.
And then now everyone in your company gets to accept that same price.
So I got a personal question myself too, because you earlier were mentioning about Droppy Direct, pardon me, and you did mention about customization. So the current package that you have offered under the Belanjawan initiative, does it include that customization?
Include basic customization, very minimal, but there are also options for SMEs who are growing and they want to literally say, okay, I like what you have, Droppy, but I want you to maybe integrate to my warehouse management system. I want to integrate you to my point of sale system in stores, or I want to integrate Droppy Direct to my ERP or accounting software. We have actually a Droppy Direct custom package, so that we don't really have a standard price for that, but it depends on the kind of customization effort is needed. We will bill you based on that customization effort. So we're very transparent. We don't just pluck a number out of the sky and say, here you go, this is the price. We'll actually show you a breakdown, and then you can decide, do you want the full suite of customization? Or if you tell us it's a little bit out of my budget, then we will work within your budget and say, okay, let's talk about what are nice to have and which are really critical to drive your growth. And then you phase it, right? Because take what you need now and then build upon it later when it really helps you drive your growth engine. So we are a firm believer of that. Not just coming to an SME, try to sell you a Ferrari when actually you just need a ganchil.
Right. I think that's great because it's very consultative in its approach. I think maybe a lot of SMEs out there will greatly benefit from that. Okay, we have a few more questions coming in. Next one, that's coming from Ganesh. How many customer base are there in Droppy, and how would you compare yourself to Alibaba.com?
Oh, that's a very good question. How many customers right now on Droppy? We had a slide up earlier. We have reached more than 80,000 businesses transacting across our platform today as of July, August this year. So of course the pandemic helped accelerate it, as I mentioned in my presentation. In terms of how are we different from Alibaba, I would say we have different markets. Alibaba is maybe more comparable to our Droppy marketplace. However, we assist those on our marketplace, even sellers and buyers, end to end from, let's say you are trying to find something on Droppy marketplace and you can't find it. We have live chats where you can just type there, and one of my team members in the operations team will actually help you find it, whether it's on or off the platform. We will do the sourcing for you. Second thing that we do, if there happens to be an issue post-purchase. You bought something on the platform and somehow or other, maybe your parcel went missing, it's a third-party logistic problem, or maybe the seller forgot about you and you're wondering what's going on. Our team actually actively monitors and follows up with both the buyer and also seller to prevent any fraudulent activities. There are cases where certain marketplaces tend to favor sellers only, or some marketplaces tend to favor buyers only. And it's very unfair for the other party when you're trying to say, hey, I actually delivered it out of my warehouse, it was fine, but maybe because you stored it in a wrong way that didn't follow my instructions, therefore now my product is damaged. So it wasn't damaged from me, but it was because of how you stored it. And there are some marketplaces who say, no, I don't care. Buyer say they're not happy, I'm just going to refund, and seller, you're going to pay me, right? But on Droppy's end, we do a really thorough investigation before we then assist on what to do next. On our end, how another way or reason that we're different from Alibaba is we have skin in the game. Why? Because to sellers, you don't have any cost to come onto Droppy Marketplace and list. We don't have any upfront fee, hidden charges whatsoever. We make our money when we capture a sale for you. So it is in your best interest, in our best interest to do whatever it takes to help you close a deal, but beyond that, to save a deal when something goes wrong. So that's really how we're different to Alibaba. I think it's really into the post onboarding or the post-sales experience. And even for buyers, it's a post-purchase experience. We don't stop at just, hey, here's a platform, go and list, okay, bye, my hands are clean, I've done my job. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Alia. Okay, let's
Most
see.
welcome.
We do have a few more questions here. Next one is coming in from Mike. How many categories there are on Droppy, and do you have a category specifically for industrial chemical?
How many categories do we have in Droppy? I'm losing count because we are growing so fast. We have, I think, more than 200 or 300,000 SKUs right now on the platform.
All right.
But like I mentioned, predominantly our biggest market when we started was in the fast-moving consumer goods space, and then we started penetrating F&B, and now we're slowly going into automotive and also pharmaceuticals. We don't yet have that chemical product category that you mentioned. So if you wanted to take advantage of the fact that you have no competitors right now, this is actually a good time for you to list it on Droppy Marketplace. My team will actually schedule a one-on-one with you to understand your business goals, who are the kind of business owners or customers that you're trying to target, and then my marketing team will come in to run promotions and campaigns with you. Again, like Kelvin mentioned, we take a very consultative approach because we always believe that every business needs are very different. It doesn't make sense for someone to give you a one-size-fits-all solution, especially in e-commerce world. It doesn't work that way.
Right, so I guess to Mike, the short answer to your question, at the moment there's no specific category per se to industrial chemical, but not to worry. I guess if he gets in touch with Droppy's team, upon consultation, perhaps we can then identify maybe there will be a new category being created on Droppy on industrial chemical.
Yeah, come and join us.
Or anything else for that matter, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah, all right. Okay, and then Mike has a follow-up question, also still related to category. I think you did cover a little bit earlier in the earlier answer, but maybe just for the benefit of the other viewers. What are the categories that Droppy are strong or famous at the moment? I know you mentioned that you started with FMCG products and all that, but at this very moment, maybe because of PKP and MCO and all that, what are the so-called more popular categories?
So F&B essentials for sure. So essentials like your everyday supplies for business owners, it's like stationeries, pantry items, drinks, snacks, confectionaries, chocolates, sweet treats. People still purchasing a lot of that at the moment. And anything that you can see in the shelves of the supermarket, any basic essentials, those things are really moving fast at the moment.
Right.
And hygiene products.
I guess to Mike, you just need to ask yourself, what have you bought in the last 6 months during MCO? Then I guess those are the top categories.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so it looks like we have 2 more questions. All right, so coming in from Anonymous. Does Droppy conduct business matching session?
Business matching sessions. I would say if we have a particular client, let's say they're using Droppy and they come to us and say, hey, Alia and Droppy team, do you guys know which is a good company or platform for me to explore for overseas markets? Or if they come to me and say, hey, I'm looking to expand my retail chain outlet, I want to use a cloud or new point of sale system. You got anyone to recommend or any warehouse management system to recommend? So these are things that we are more than happy to recommend because we do work with all kinds of partners. Many of them are also registered technology solution providers under MDEC. So if that is what you need in terms of business matching, then we're happy to do so. Another way I can answer this question is, I think back to an earlier point I touched on. If you have listed something on Droppy, because Droppy doesn't make any money until we help you secure a sale, whenever a new buyer comes into the platform and asks us something, or they're browsing a certain product, and we notice that they add it to cart or they don't buy it, right? We will actually reach out to them and follow up. Hey, I wanted to find out why you just abandoned your cart. Is there something that you're unsure of? Actually, we notice you're always buying this product. Could we recommend a complementary product to that? These are something that maybe could help you if this is the problem that you're solving. Can you tell us what kind of business you run again? So these are value-added services that we provide to help all our sellers benefit from each other's customers. Why? Maybe when I joined Droppy as a buyer, I was only looking for office stationeries. Then suddenly Droppy team told me, hey, you can also buy pantry items here. Then someone else told me like, hey, you can also buy like hygiene or sanitizing products here. So that's really where Droppy does the business matching part. We try to find out, are there any unmet needs from our customer base? And then we try to match them to you and your products on the platform.
Right, all right. So I think if a lot of bosses out there, all the business owners, I think your answer is just music to their ears, helping them to upsell, helping them to sell more. And so to this Mr. Anonymous, make sure you scan the QR code later and get in touch with Droppy for you to find out more. Okay, maybe
we'd love to help you.
Yeah, let's move on to the last question, shall we? This is coming from Adeline. Will Droppy provide shipping to the business owner?
Oh, my favorite question. Okay, so this was what actually my CEO and co-founder, Miss Lenise Ng, when she went to Alibaba campus, she was part of, I think it was organized by MDEC as well. This was a Alibaba campus visit back in 2017. And Jack Ma said this, if anyone wants to run a successful e-commerce business, you need 3 things. 1, it's an e-commerce platform to accept your orders. 2, you need to accept payments, so you need a payment gateway. And 3, you need to be able to deliver those orders that you're already collecting and payments collected. So third-party logistics or logistics services is key and vital to Droppy's operations. To answer your question, Miss, yes, we do offer shipping.
All right. Thanks, Alia. I think that's a really good sum up, because that's what we actually essentially did today. We did have the marketplace and the shopping cart component with some of our partners. We also did cover a little bit on payment in the earlier session, and of course on delivery as well. So once again, thank you so much.
We have 3 actually. Just to quickly jump in, right? Self pickup, if that's what you're offering to your customers. Maybe post-pandemic, when things get better, you allow people to come to your warehouse and pick up. Second, your own logistics services, if you have, we can input your rates on the platform. And third, if you don't even want to get into the mess of doing your own fulfillment, or maybe your customers are outside a region in which you're delivering for, then Droppy's third-party logistics partner can come in and fulfill that for you. We have more than 13 partners now. They're integrated to our system. Make life easy for you. Come and work with Droppy. Back to you, Kelvin.
There you go, Adeline. So the answer is a yes, yes, and yes. All right. So, all right, that's all the time we have for Q&A session. Once again, thank you, Alia, for the sharing. And of course, to all the viewers who participated, thank you so much. All right, so if you wanted to know more about Droppy's offer, as always, please scan the QR code on the right and fill in your contact details. Droppy will then get in touch with you with further information. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for participation, and that wraps up our day 1 of Go-eCommerce Expo 2021, organized by the Ministry of Communication and Multimedia Malaysia and Malaysia Digital Economy Corporation, MDEC. Before we conclude today, let us thank all our e-commerce partners who have shared their valuable views, experiences, and insights with our audience today, namely eRoman, Shopline, Shopee, Sitegiant, SenangPay, and Droppy. We will see you again tomorrow at 10 a.m. together with Jocom, JD Bus, Foodpanda, A La Carte, Instant e-Store, and Food Market Hub. Have a pleasant evening, everyone, and see you guys tomorrow at 10 a.m. Take care and goodbye.